word to wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie. And make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 351 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse. That, by the way, you can find us on here, obviously, because you're watching it right here, duh. But you can also find us on Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You know the places. You know the spiel by now. Y'all know what you got to go do. Carter, you know what? I don't want to stand on too much ceremony because you know what? Something amazing has happened.
Okay.
So can you find us on the Sega channel? Hey, what was that game that used to be on Dreamcast? Was it called Channel 5?
Space Channel 5.
Oh, Space Channel 5. Yeah, you can find us on Space Channel 5. You can find us on there. You can find us on there. You can find us on the Sega channel. You will not find us on Truth Social. I will say that. You will not find us on Truth. Actually, you will not find us on Truth. Was it Truth Social? What's that other one? What's it? Telegram? Isn't that another one? Isn't that another one of those like right-wing social media sites? Telegram?
No.
Or wait, what is Telegram? Like
Telegram is for certain individuals who primarily sell their services. Carruthers.
Oh, is that what that is? No, you won't find us on there. You also, despite the fact that they have tried, you will not find us on Rumble. We could have been on Rumble. I was given an offer, but I turned it down. And I'm not, and that's not even a bit. That's actually that's the truth. Real quick, I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to one of our own. They might be in here right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, possibly. I don't want to. Oh wait, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here. I'm trying to get it to work. It's being weird.
Handle your business, brother. Handle your business. Handle your business. Handle your business. I don't want to put anybody like all the way on blast. So I'm only just gonna say their first name, but they know who they are. They know who they are. But shout out to one of y'all's. And we'll just say Noah. Shout out to Noah, who hooked your boy up. Y'all probably remember not too terribly long ago, we were talking about black books, black comics, things that people, older black comics that a lot of people aren't as quite familiar with. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. Okay. What is that?
Yeah, I'm in the Matrix. It's weird.
Oh, damn. What the fuck was that?
This is what was happening last week that I was asking you about.
Oh, Lord.
So yes, Carter needs a camera, basically. And there is Noah. I think there's Noah in the chat right now while you focus on that.
Oh, sweet.
So you take the one.
Oh yeah. I got it here. I'm gonna take this. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Do we need to go old school? Do we need to go old school, Carter? Do I need to break out the Unabomber sketch?
Absolutely not.
Okay. He's like,
not doing that again.
He's like, no, we're
not doing that. Look. I think the camera heard you. Look at
it. Like the camera was like, oh no, he said, nah, nigga, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
That motherfucker said, excuse you?
Yeah.
Excuse me? The Unabomber picture? No, we're not doing that. Look, that motherfucker.
Back the Unabomber picture. We not bringing back Don Cheadle, and then a lot of y'all asses just ran around here saying, "Won't you do Eddie Murphy?" Carter really kind of looks like Eddie Murphy, and then I heard Martin Lawrence, and just what did Noah give you, old man?
Noah sent me this. This is the triple OG original Brother Man series. Also, I love well, first, not the it's technically not the subtitle. The subtitle is Dictator of Discipline, but I love like everything like right here, like everything's gonna be all right. I love that. I love that. I love that shit. But no, when it came up,
fifth floor?
fifth flow, fifth flow.
Mm.
Remember, fifth flow, 4 fingers. But no, but no, Noah reached out to me, and it was like, hey, I got a copy. He's like, can I send it to you? And I was like, you know what? Why not? I was like, why not? I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, I thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending this out to me. This, like I said, this like, honestly, I like it wasn't even on my radar of things to randomly receive, but I was really glad that I did. So once again, shout out to Noah, hooking your boy up, taking care of us here. So that gets one of the most prestigious of bombs. So yeah, thank you again. I sent the email, but once again, I wanted to say it here. I wanted to let it be known here.
One thing you forgot to do?
What's that?
You forgot to ask me how I was doing.
Oh shit! Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Negro?
America, I have a question for you all. A lot of you all seem to be more happier than I've seen you in recent memory, and the question I have for you all is, at what cost? Death Spiral, the Amazing Spider-Man event, ended this week, and the one thing that I have not heard
that was still going?
Yeah, it was 9 issues.
Ooh. Oof.
Yeah, it was 9-issue crossover. So one thing I have not heard you all talking about or complaining about is the current run of Amazing Spider-Man under Joe Kelly. So what I'm going to take that as is that everyone is really enjoying Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man is good right now. Norman Osborn taking up the mantle notwithstanding. But the question I have for you all, America, if we do have good Spider-Man comic currently, at what cost? We have a very, very, very talented writer on a very, 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 very mediocre Venom book in Al Ewing that you all have purchased enough to have that book stick around for no good reason, while the better symbiote book in Eddie Brock Carnage was thrown in the trash like a unwanted child. So
wait a minute. Why am I'm just gonna say what you just put in my head is, now I have the Family Guy cutaway gag prom night dumpster baby stuck in my head. Thank you.
And that's why I want to ask this question. It seems like when we had bad Spider-Man books, we had a really good Venom run. You had Miles doing his thing. You had Gwen over here in a different universe, but she was still getting all the praise and admiration from everybody. But now that we have good Spider-Man books, nobody's talking about Miles. Nobody really giving a rat's ass about Spider-Gwen. We don't care what ghost she is a part of. We still got this
Supergirl don't either.
We got MJ running around here, and you all can say as much as you want, but I will never believe it. Y'all like that book because of the artistry, the artists. That's why you like that book, because it can't be because of the writing. And I'm an Al Ewing fan, so I really feel like if this is what it takes, if these are the books we have to have in order for the Amazing Spider-Man to be good, I'd rather the Amazing Spider-Man be atrocious.
Bring back Zeb Wells.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I think that man went through it when he was on that book unwarranted. And I think a lot of you all went too damn far. And I think it really just shows that a lot of you all put a lot of bass in your voice when you know that someone can't reach out and touch you. So I wouldn't put Zeb Wells on that book. Who I would put on that book, because I just clearly told you I would rather the Amazing Spider-Man be bad. And you said Zeb Wells, which I think was a disrespectful and violation. Who we need on that book, if you listen to what I said about Amazing Spider-Man being bad, in order for it to be bad, you need someone bad. I think Bendis, James Gunn, maybe Morewa, somebody need to make a phone call to Daniel Way somewhere.
Those man did not just drag Daniel Way back out here. Man, what is has Daniel Way been doing anything lately?
You saying his name too many times. That's how you bring him. You doing too much. I didn't want to do all that.
Wait a minute. Wait. Is that motherfucker like Candyman now? Like anytime we get ready to say his name, you're just gonna be like,
Don't say that.
You said his name twice there, and even Deadpool shuddered in fear because he don't want you to say it a third time. So please no.
Yeah, we cannot say. We will not complete the circuit. We will not complete the circuit. Well, I tell you what. For me personally,
Yep.
I've not touched a single stitch of Spider-Man since
It's solid. It's solid. Death Spiral had its issues with some of the characterizations. And no, Discord, I told you all this week, y'all not getting a rant from me like you want. No, I think Amazing Spider-Man under Joe Kelly has been pretty solid. I still don't, like I said, I still don't like the characterization, especially in this event where, dog, they make Eddie Brock look like you'd have thought Eddie Brock was Trump, Charlie Kirk around here. The way MJ is treating him, like,
damn.
And so I don't like how, especially if you're coming from somebody who read all the Donny Cates stuff. And then I don't like how Dylan is just your stereotypical angsty, angry teen. Like, I feel like he was much better under a different writer. So to go to the that well that we've all seen before, I think is kind of gross. But as a whole little Spider-Man event with him, it was solid. It was solid.
Okay, so for me, I kind of checked out on Dylan Brock during Al Ewing's initial Venom.
Yeah, with Ram V, because it's not all just Al Ewing. It's
No.
V.
Ram V was in there as well, but it got worse when it got even worse when all new Venom started. I was like, I can't like Dylan went from being that kid that I thought was like kind of like, I mean, he was a kid, so of course he's gonna be annoying sometimes, but I was like that kid that like I like, even though he occasionally gets on my nerves, to being that kid that I'm like, man, get your ass the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Like you need go to your room. Go to your room. Leave. Get out my house. Okay? Get out my house. Okay, that's how I started feeling about because like, you know what, only Dylan Brock could make me have sympathy for Paul. Like when the way Dylan Brock just kept like constantly flaming Paul, like just like ain't nobody even talking about Paul, and then here come Dylan just talking shit. They're just like, bruh, chill. Yeah. Chill, man. We look, we get it. We don't like Paul. We get it. We understand.
Yeah.
Go.
But yeah, dude, it's really the Eddie Brock of it all, because like we read Venom War, and even though Venom War was what it was fun for what it was. That was the best part of that initial Al Ewing run. We know what Eddie Brock went through because we read that. We read Donny Cates stuff. So to then have him be just this punching bag for everybody to where it goes. Oh no, he you know what? Gavin, he ain't the only one. I was really hoping that Paul became Carnage at the end of this. Just to keep him around.
Well, no, because somebody was talking about that shit on Threads the other day, and I was like, I say y'all give Paul too much power over y'all.
Yeah,
like it was
absolutely agree with that. Yep. I think it was the man bun. I really think it was the man bun.
Oh, the man bun was that was Paul's final, like that was like the final form of Frieza for Paul. But I forget who it was. But it was just a random person that like they were like singing the praises that Paul was finally dead, and like they were like, and the thing is, it was hilarious to me because the person that was doing it, they were basically acting as if this was going to change something. Like, oh, Paul's dead. That means Spider-Man comics are going to be good again. And I was like, y'all are allowing Paul way too much power over y'all. I was like, Paul is so inconsequential to the overarching Spider-Man narrative. Like, because here's the thing. You remove Paul, now what? Paul's gone. Now what? Now what? Now what is happening? Are Peter and MJ magically back together? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are. Shit, I don't know. But okay, no. Good. I don't want them back together. Keep them like where is he still got old girl? Shay? Is Shay still around?
Haven't seen Shay. They was more worried about grandmamas and aunties in Death Spiral. You would know if you
See, like, that's how you know Spider-Man ain't shit. Cause I remember when Joe Kelly started this run, it kind of seemed like Joe was hinting that Shay was gonna go run off with old boy. The what was Robbie Robertson's kid.
Oh,
because it looked like they were getting along like they were almost getting along too well. At first, like, and it was almost kind of like that thing that happened way back. Spidey's always running off, so MJ just gonna run, just gonna start getting closer with somebody else. And it was like I kind of saw that on the wall for Shay, but I mean, once again, honestly, man. Let's not pretend Spidey hasn't had a litany of girlfriends. For a guy that is known for being with one woman, Spidey got a lot of bodies under his belt.
Let's get away from characters' body count real quick. Spoilers for Death Spiral, if you all just care like that, because I want Ernie. I don't want to stay on this too long, but I really want to hear I want to see Ernie's reaction to this. So, like I said with Death Spiral, toward the end there, it was more about we got to keep my auntie safe, we got to keep my grandmama safe from both parties.
Right. That is the
fast
vibe.
Forward. It's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of action. We get to see a Spider-Man version of Carnage. Everybody's looking at Eddie Brock like this is your fault. I want you to die. Even though, and this is all MJ saying it, and you would think because she is Venom would be able to explain what they went through. No, but fast forward. Two things happen, Ernie. Two things. God. Okay. Hold on.
Take a sip.
What we get at the end, when it comes to this new villain, Torment. MJ kills him. Okay. That is, whatever. But no one knows she did it. And then they try to play off of it by MJ asking Venom, or Venom asking MJ, was that you that did it, or was that me that did it? No one was there when it happened. It was just MJ, Venom, and the bad guy, right? So that's one thing. That's one thing. The other thing we get is a new character, Mr. Blerd Without Fear. Peter got a cousin, big dog. Peter got a cousin. Oh, God. Peter got a cousin. All we know is his name is Mr. Crane. And now he knows he is somehow related to Spider-Man. So it's time to get some DNA tests done to see if I got the dwips. Okay, there you go.
Can I ask a very serious question?
What that?
What on earth would make someone think that just simply being related to Peter Parker, or in this case, just Spider-Man. What on? Yeah, basically.
Pocket sand.
I mean, bruh, what are we? Okay.
And denial, you are incorrect. Peter Parker does not already have a sister. I know the OGN you're referring to, that got completely retconned. They were not actually related, but he now looks at her like she's not the real sister anymore. She's the play sister. That's all she is now. She the play sister from the shenanigans that happened in that graphic novel. He has none, except this new cousin.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this right here was someone posted me the other day. I actually saw this shit. Everybody wants Spider-Man, but nobody cares about Peter on some incel and got dunked on because Peter's been punching above his weight class for decades. That's the thing, dude. Peter has I know. I need y'all to understand something.
Yep.
Peter is the worst mascot that incels could ever choose. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Peter stays getting cheeks. Peter has dated so many women. So many women. Like, he has dated so many women, he makes Matt Murdock look celibate.
That's nasty that you had to pick the nastiest way to say that word to get your point across, but I felt it. They picked the wrongest character for that incel garbage.
Right? It is like, dude, Peter Parker, he is the OG fuckboy. He is the OG. Like Matt Murdock could, as diabolical as Matt Murdock's rap sheet is, between them sheets, Peter is right. Like honestly, Peter Parker and Matt Murdock have collectively closed down half the Marvel universe.
Okay, two things so we can move on. Cause you sound like a hater a little bit. Let that man get that spider foo on somebody. First question. Tony Guzman, do I think MJ will become a villain? No, I think she's probably going to be a twinner because Peter asked her and she still lied to him about did she kill him. That's first thing. Second thing, I love this comment from Will C. Y'all sacrificed Eddie, Gwen, and Miles to equivalent exchange for a solid Peter book.
I'm just imagining right now Eddie, Gwen, and Miles, like just one of them losing an arm, the other one getting turned to a whole ass suit of armor and some shit.
I love it.
That shit is diabolical. I'm here for it.
Well, see, you did good. You did good.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a very good one. Okay, so I want to share something else. I got a haul. Got a Kickstarter haul. Haul. So some of you probably remember this. I talked about this a little while ago. I actually had the actually had both of the writers on this book right here, Musa, Lion of Mali. This is a historical this is a historical fictional retelling of the story of Mansa Musa, who was or I think still is the richest man to have ever lived. Even by today's standards. So this right here, I think this is like a four-parter. Yeah, it's a four-parter of the story. It's basically, and when I say fictional retelling, it takes a lot of things from history. Don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of stuff from history, but the reason why it is, you're probably asking yourself, okay, so how is this fictional? It's fictional because, as you could probably see behind Musa,
Mufasa.
You see this lion and the swirly gold shit. It's because Musa, I don't think this is really a spoiler because, I mean, you kind of get the idea pretty early on. Musa is effectively a gold bender. Like, his powers revolve around gold. But he's also
real gold, or it's Al Ewing gold where you can just spray paint it gold and then it'll go do stuff.
No. This is like actual gold.
This is El Dorado. This is
Right,
okay.
this is El Dorado like a motherfucker. But no, but no, basically he is the baddest warrior all around. He's like even outside of the gold stuff, like he is clearly not normal from the moment you open up this book. He is clearly not normal. The guy is he's basically out here putting hands on entire armies, you just breaking off everybody. Like it's just absolutely insane. And I actually got to
do something for me with that book, please.
Yeah,
I need you to take the one.
Yes.
I would. You mind showing the interiors real quick?
Actually, I can do you one even better. I can do
Really?
one even better because I actually got sent. So before this book actually came out, before this book actually came out, I was actually given a digital copy of it.
Okay, cool.
So I can actually take you in just a little bit. This is actually from probably one of the earlier parts of the book.
My immersion is gone. You just killed my immersion. Who was braiding hair like that back in the day?
You ain't shit. Well, I will say this. One of the things about this book, it'll probably be jarring to some at first. But one thing that I do think is actually pretty neat here is that there's 4 different artists who work on this book, each one tackling a different chapter.
Okay.
And like say you see here, even with all that being said, you still have both writers, friend of the channel, actually friends of the channel, both TJ Sterling and Adiatoshi Hiru. They are the ones who wrote this whole thing. But what I love about this is that Musa is kind of an asshole. Like he's a young, petulant prince, and you can kind of see it. Like you can kind of see it in here. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up another piece from this. But like you can kind of see this guy is here. Let's move that over there. Okay. Like you can see this guy, like when he's going against these armies, fighting against these people. Yeah, he just, like I say, he's not even giving these people his full undivided attention. The guy is literally just like ducking and dodging spears and like just he's basically letting these people get these attacks off on him because he knows there's nothing they can do to him. And just when I said this guy has fantastical power, this is, once again, we're not even, I think this is like this is like 8 pages in. And this guy literally just, bam, everybody's like on top of him, and you get the big thoom. You get the big thoom, and he basically like just a blast of energy just knocks everybody up off of him. Like that's like this. When I say this guy has power, this is what I'm talking about. This guy has incredible power, incredible abilities. And to take it a little bit further than that, like I said earlier, you got multiple artists. So like this particular chapter, you got Stanley Obende, who does art for chapter 1. By the time that you get to chapter 2, that is when you get Willington Nomo. Which is kind of where like one of my favorite characters in this book gets introduced. There's a particular character that's in this, White Aminata, who is she's basically, here, I'll pull this up so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about. Bam, there you go. White Aminata is kind of like she's basically the antagonist. Yes. What were you about to say?
My immersion is still somewhat there because, and I think, and you glossed over it, and I don't really like that you glossed over it, but
what's that?
Who doing braids like that in this time period? But this character, they at least try to do the realism because everybody you shown, they got the braids, but then the sides of their heads are shaved. There was no Gillette back then, so I'm like,
No,
there were no
you had to take the
Norelcos back
blade.
then. But okay, and that's why I like this, because you see when they shaved the side of her head, you can clearly see they fucked up. Because we ain't got Norelcos, we ain't got Gillettes, we ain't got the shaving cream. Somebody just probably got some soap put on the side and then they fucked their head up. So I like this. This is realism. This is immersion. I like this.
So, and as you can see, like, once again, kind of getting back into like the fictional, retelling of it all, that you can see very clearly, Aminata has a kind of like a steampunk cybernetic arm. Like is basically like as a prosthetic.
Why does she have the pistol that the Predators gave Danny Glover?
This motherfucker. But no, basically all of that was just an aid of saying that, like, by the time you get to, I believe it's chapter 3, that's when you get my boy, friend of the channel, Ray Anthony Height. You also get Mario Teresi on board as well during that particular chapter. That's when that's one of those where, like, you start kind of getting into some of the more kind of like fantastical elements of the story. It's kind of here where you start seeing like some of the like more like magical mystical elements really start to take shape in the book. And then for the final chapter, that is when you get Sean Damian Hill in for the final part, and it's when all kind of wild shit starts starts taking off. That's when you're gonna kind of start getting into the you're gonna kind of start getting to see Musa on his rise to power, because that's kind of what this whole thing is about. It's basically, this is all basically a like a Musa Begins, basically, is what the story is. But this was on Kickstarter, and like I said, I had a conversation with both TJ TJ and Adi to talk about this. It was a great conversation, and like I said, the book, and like I said, let's see, when was let me pull this up, just for my own edification, because for me it feels like it was 5 ever ago, but it really wasn't that long ago, all things considered. But I want to say, when I had both of them on, I believe it was like maybe late last year. I think it was like late last year. It was 4 months ago. Actually, no, 4 months ago. It was literally 4 months ago. Matter of fact, yeah, because I got it right here. Boom. It was right here. Yeah, 4 months ago.
And it's already out?
Yep, already. I've actually seen other backers get it as well. So, but that's not just the best part. That's not just the best part. The best part is, while I did also get this, I actually picked up some other stuff as a part of the Kickstarter. So I got, some of y'all know I fuck with Ray Media pretty heavy anyway. Some of you are probably already familiar with this series right here, Okamis, which is kind of like a Super Sentai inspired comic that TJ did. This is actually, I think this might actually be TJ's first.
Gloss as hell, goddamn.
Right? Yeah. Dude, got the super gloss on this job. I love it. But yeah, this book, fantastic. And here, this one I don't actually have any. This one I don't have digitally, but I mean, I can kind of show you. Just here, I'll pick a part from like kind of early in. Where's a good part I can pick from early in that isn't like super givey away-y? Yeah, here, we'll do this. We can just do this part here. This part's fine. But yeah, like you can kind of see like right here, really nice interiors, really good. Pages are also really really good, really glossy, nice, good stuff here. Very, this is good shit right here. I also got, because that story is not just it, I also got the Okama's Dark History book right here, which kind of, as you would probably imagine, goes more. I'm gonna try and find a spot that isn't like necessarily too crazy with spoilers and whatnot, but pick this bad boy up. Great shit right here. But that's not it. You also might remember that a ways back, I talked to him about a book called Joystick Angels, which is kind of like
I do. Damn, I forgot about that one. I remember that now.
Yeah. Well, this is this is the full trade.
Okay.
This is the full trade right here. Fantastic stuff. Like I said, if you're a fan of manga, anime, Gundam, Robotech, stuff like that, more specifically, this is kind of, along those same lines, within that same vein. Pick this up. And also got this one right here. This is another one that he did. This one is called Shatter. Notice the some of you might pick up on
the Spider-Man of it all.
Yeah, the Spider-Man homage. Some of y'all might have caught on to that, but this is also the full trade of Shattered Visions. Really cool, kind of cyberpunk, kind of cyberpunk vibes. Also, there's a character that looks suspiciously like Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man, but I'm here for it. Love to see it. But yeah, this is, like I said, it's great shit. Trying to see if I can find a spot that is not here. I tell you what, here's you can probably see here the Simon Phoenix of it all. But it really good book, love it. And also got this as a little extra bonus. It's called New Game Plus, which is kind of like a little like kind of a manga-esque story that they did as well. I haven't gotten a chance to read this one yet, but all the other stuff, fantastic.
All right, all right.
And I also because I don't want to leave anybody out, because I actually got a lot of shit from Kickstarter this week. Picked up some of you might remember, because I think about around the same time, actually, that I talked to, I think about around the time I talked to TJ, I actually got, oh no, that's what it was, actually. I had like 2 Kickstarters come in from one spot, just about. But I got Refuge. This was like a silent comic that I had Chris O'Hara on to talk about before, that I also got with a coloring book edition that I thought would be a really nice little touch. But this is like basically it's like a silent story that tackles the pitfalls of child soldiers as an institution. But like this is when I kind of went a little crazy on, because I was like, I'm a variant cover guy too, so like I actually got I got like a couple of different, like this is like basically the same as a coloring book version, but like not a coloring book version. And got like a couple of extra variants of that. Also picked up some of their other stuff from Bentbox, which I've become a big fan of. Like True Believer. This is another one that I got that, kind of struck my fancy. Also got, I think was this first and second issues of Artificial, which is a pretty cool book. Some of these you can actually read on Global Comics. Also got Our Monsters Volume 1, which technically I kind of already had, but I just got another one just, because. And I got Blossom, which is another book by Bentbox. And I think that's all those. And then everything else was just stuff that oh god, there it is. Okay. All the rest of it was all just stuff that like I picked up on like New Comic Book Day. Not gonna show off all this shit because some of it you've already known about. But there is one thing I did want to show you, Carter. I don't know if you saw this one. Corpse Night.
I did see that at the shop this week. I saw several people kind of going giddy over it.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty slick little book. It's a very quick, like first issue. First issue is a really quick read. I ran through it like I'm talking about like that because
Gotcha.
it's mostly it has, not to say it doesn't have dialogue. It has dialogue, but the
Yes.
book focuses more on letting some of the more like intense moments kind of breathe. But I
Okay.
don't want to give away too much, but I'll just say this: Corpse Night is exactly what it says on the title. It is about a man who is brought back to life
Mhm.
under mystical means during the and this all takes place during the 100 Years' War around France. But basically, he comes back due to mystical means. And I don't really want to say anything more than that, but I'll just say for those who are familiar,
Really?
this is yes, it's he wrote the recent Conjuring movie. He said he wrote this while he was directing The Nun part 2. Because he was doing a lot of like basically if you read there's a thing at the back where he talks about how he was doing a lot of study and research for like religion from in and around that time period. And he started getting
Yeah.
really heavy into like the 100 Years' War era. And he was like, oh, I just had this idea, and he was like, he ran with it. Also, I did pick up. Ghost Pepper number 10 came out. Got that.
Yeah.
Got Ghost Pepper number 10. Loved it. And then there was the other one that I picked up, which I think might be, is it over in this pile? It might actually, no, it is not. It is, that is a lie, because you know where it is? It is up on my shelf. That's where it is. And I finally went and picked up my copy of Temporal. So, for those who don't know, the book is finally collected in trade.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so yeah, got this. Like I said, it was a week full of lots of shit. There was lots of stuff. Excuse me. To be picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got. Now that we have said all that.
We can get these super chats knocked out.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick, real fast.
here, let me.
You only got 2.
Yeah, let's say we can, like I said, we can run through these pretty quickly. Here, let's start where we begin. And I am going to pull up Veil Delirious right here. And there you go. Okay. Now that's better. Let's see. We have got Veil Delir hit us with the 1. We appreciate you. Thank you for that. And we also got Denial with the 5. Says, what's good? Blerds of all genders and pronouns. What are y'all expecting or hoping with Miles's newly announced ongoing this coming August? So for those who do not know, if you've been living under a rock, Miles is coming back. To the surprise of no one. I don't think anyone was yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be surprised by that. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
No.
So I think the more surprising thing is who is going to be writing it. So for those that don't know, Miles Morales Spider-Man is getting a new series. Is going to be coming out this August, and it's going to be written by none other than Brian
Fresh off.
Yeah, oh yeah,
fresh off the snooze fest that was Ultimate Black Panther. I'm just kidding. Fresh off of Ultimate Black Panther.
This man. So, look.
Are we nice? Are we let's wait? Or do we do we go about this just based on the conversation we had about this?
I mean, honestly, I think it's only fair that we go based off the conversation that we had, because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be very real with y'all, and I think that this is what you, I think this is maybe what y'all would probably prefer, and that's because, look, this book, you know, say what you will, okay, you know, say what you will about you know, Marvel and what they do with you know, Spider-Man, the Miles Morales shit. You know, say what you will. Marvel is, I guess, trying, I guess. They're trying to make something happen. They're trying to make something happen. And while I am a little bit sick and tired of the, hey, let's get Miles to 42 issues so we can cancel the book and then relaunch it, because, hey, guess what? Inside gag, the number 42 is really important to Miles Morales. So yeah, that's why he'll never get to like issue 50 very often. You know, it's like every time Miles has a book, it's like, yeah, cancel that shit at 42. All right, yeah, relaunch that bitch. The thing is, for me, and also, by the way, in case no one can tell, it's going to be Brian Edward Hill with Simone De Mayo on art. The very same artist who I adored on We Only Find Them When They're Dead, with Al Ewing. That said, yes, I think Brian Edward Hill is a fantastic writer. I think he turned in what is effectively the best Blade series Marvel has ever had. Unfortunately, he also turned right around and handed in one of the less interesting Blade series almost immediately after, in terms of a Blade Red Band. I was not a huge fan of Blade Red Band. Honestly, I couldn't even get through it all. And it wasn't even that long. I think it was only 5 issues, and I couldn't even finish that.
Mid.
And I like I said, that's not even a shot at him. It's just, it was what it was. He also did what was it? He did Ultimate Black Panther, which I think. Simone's only on covers. Oh, that's shameful. That's shameful. Well, you know what? That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap on this book. Take it out of here. Take it out of here. I don't want it. Get it off my screen. Get it off my screen. We're done here. Yank the plugs. It's done. I'm joking. It's actually, yeah, who is actually gonna be Nico Leon. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay, that's fine. Okay, I guess we can bring it back. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. We can wheel him back in here. Fine. That said, I'm scared of this book. Because you had a really stellar run come out of Cody Ziegler. Cody Ziegler was eaten. Like, this was the best a Miles book had been in a while. Like, and I'm not saying all of them have just been bad, but I'm just saying, like, this is the best that Miles have been in a while. I felt. Yeah, I didn't hate the Salad and Med stuff. I thought the Salad and Med stuff got a little weird when they were doing the Clone Saga shit. So I was like, okay, I was like, Miles doesn't need his own Clone Saga. We don't have to give every legacy character the same fucking storyline, or like, not even the same, but just like a similar enough storyline to the character that came before them. We don't have to do that with every character. Miles didn't. Miles was already better, in my opinion, than Peter Parker before that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that Miles didn't need that. However, look, I personally would rather Miles stand on his own 2 feet. Yeah, I would rather him stand on his own 2 feet. So, you know, do with that information what you will. But I do think, like, once you got all that clone bullshit out of the way, even though technically the remnants of that still hang around to this very day, I just feel like maybe we could do better. I feel like we could do so much better.
Miles needs his own Paul and Rec Rap. Shit, that was basically his Rec Rap was actually one of the fucking clones. I don't know about Paul.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Paul, you
I
know
think
what?
his name was Glorp. Was one of them clones named Glorp or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, that said, I do agree with this statement here. Cody did a 40-yard run with the clone stuff though. I mean, he did. Cody, okay, you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what Cody did. Cody did for the Miles Morales clone saga. He did for that what I felt Al Ewing did with Ten of Swords during the Krakoa run. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Ten of Swords to me is one of the most snooze fest of X-Men storylines in recent memory. And that's impressive considering we've literally had 4 of them back to back just recently. Between Air of Apocalypse, Rado Greymalk, and X-Manhunt, and Age of Revelation. So that's impressive. But Al Ewing came along towards the end of the Krakoa era, and he actually took some of that bullshit from Ten of Swords, and he made it make sense. And that's what I feel like Cody did. Cody actually took some of that shit from the Salad of the Med run that I didn't like, and he made me like it. He was like, he pulled a Carter. He was like, you gonna like, he said, you gonna like this shit. You gonna like this clone shit. This is what he might as well have done. So I mean, I take it, and Ten of Swords was elephant ass. I mean, it was. That shit was cheeks. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you don't sit up here and tell me that Jonathan Hickman can't turn in a snoozer. Don't tell me he can't, because he did. Technically, he had help with that one, but still, it was all pretty bad. That said, for me, and this I think is kind of indicative of this. Like, yeah, Cody made Miles an anime protagonist. I loved every issue he did. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Dude was literally out here using JJK moves on people, doing JJK homages and shit. Like, it was crazy. Wait till Al touches on gods. Only Al Ewing can make gods interesting to me. Only Al Ewing and nobody else. That said, yeah, we can talk about that just for a minute before we get into our shit. Let's see here. This is well,
I was gonna say this real quick. So basically, you really enjoyed Ziggler's run. Ziggler did his thing.
He did.
But now that we are aware that Brian Hill is going to be taking over that book,
oh yeah,
in the most polite way I can possibly say this. I don't know, man.
You know what? I'm gonna say I am cautiously optimistic.
Again, when you and I had this conversation, and that's why I laughed when I saw that super chat, because we had already had this conversation.
Yeah,
man, and we both were trying to like weigh, but I mean, he did this, but he also did this. So like, man, he did Fallen Angels, but he also did Blade.
Yeah,
he also did Blade
Red Band.
But he did Ultimate Black Panther.
Yeah, but he also did
Ultimate Black Panther.
it was like,
man, oh no, man. I don't know.
Like, you know what? Honestly, the second I saw it, I turned into conceited. That conceited me.
Oh,
he's
wow.
just like, wow. That was me. I was like,
man, see, Postal is on my list to read. I have seen it several fucking times. I have walked into my LCS. Here's the problem with Postal. I would have been way more giddy to read Postal fresh off of Blade. Now that I went through Blade Red Band and all of Ultimate Black Panther.
Wait a minute. So I'm already cautiously optimistic. Y'all making me scared.
That's all I'm saying. You look at their latest track record and you see what you liked from that track record. If you liked everything that Brian Hill has done, you're excited as hell. If there have been some hits and some misses, no.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. It's just
is.
a little bit nervous. It's just a little bit nervous. I would say, give it. This is gonna sound so mean, and I don't want it to, but
go ahead.
I would say give him 2 arcs. That sounds so mean, but the only reason I say that is because Ultimate Black Panther started off solid.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was good up until like the third trade came out,
and then it just kept going, and it's just like, big dog.
After 2 arcs, I kind of knew I didn't like this. Like I was firmly decided after 2 arcs, I didn't like it anymore.
Yep.
That I 100% agree. Here, and you know what, Shadow, you don't even have to do that, Shadow, because I can tell you right now, I have not done it yet. But I will after this. I haven't really got to play much of shit lately. Outside. Well, I take that back. I did play DBD. But I didn't stay on it very long last night because people were upsetting me. But no, today will be the day. Today will be the day. And you can hold me to that. But no, so here's another one that I want to address here, and this is the 5 from Highlight 915. Says, what level of excitement for Clayface? Will it exceed expectation? Did you see? I assume you saw the trailer for.
I did.
Clayface.
I did.
What say you?
I didn't know Mike Flanagan was doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested now, just because. Okay, when it comes to horror, I'm not as big of a fan of it as Ernie is, because Ernie can do the one thing that I can't do when it pertains to horror movies. Not a lot of them. Ernie can shut his brain off. You see what I'm saying? I have a hard time doing that with certain horror movies that I've seen. Like, when I see somebody, man, what the hell was that? Hey, y'all come with me. Hey, what the hell was all that noise back there? I get mad, because why the fuck would you walk down there? If you running through the wood, how do you trip over a stick? Why you just butt ass nigga? I cannot shut my brain off. I can't do it. So it just ends up irritating the fuck out of me when I'm trying to sit there and watch these films. So with me, it looked like it was gonna be like a gross body horror flick, and then you see the silhouette of him turning his hand into a club. So I'm like,
a little spike club.
okay. And apparently Mike Flanagan said in an interview that he took some cues or some inspiration from the Clayface Batman the Animated Series episodes. So like, ooh, because those are kind of gross and fucked up and traumatic as a child when you see all that shit getting forced down his throat. So that has me a little bit more wanting to see it. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But you being the horror guy, where are you at with it? Because it's Gotham, it's DC. Let's see how they can do a horror movie is where I'm at. I like Midnight Mass and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll probably give it a watch. Yeah. But you being the horror guy, how do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm a kid in a candy shop.
Okay.
I'm a kid in a candy shop, and it largely just, not just my love of horror, but Clayface is a character I really like, so I think that helps. But yes, I too saw the spiked club in the alleyway scene. Like, you only see the silhouette, but still, it was like, okay, they're taking this seriously, or at least the appearance
Yeah.
of taking this seriously. It's kind of funny because we were actually watching a movie last night, The Whistler. I don't know if you've seen this, Carter.
Can you pause real quick?
Yes, go ahead. What's up?
Real quick. Man, that shit will not be good. I guarantee you he uses his powers the last 4 minutes of the movie.
Oh.
The trailer just came out. What the fuck are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Yeah, look. I know that is there's a temptation to assume that this is going to be just like any other comic book movie from like the early aughts.
Mhm.
But I'm willing to give this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the only reason why, even if they did do that, I would kind of be okay with it, is because this is, while technically it's got like the DCU banner and all that. I mean, this is kind of one of those more. This is kind of like okay. This is like one of those elevated horror style movies. And for those who don't know what that means, when you think about movies like The Babadook or A Midsummer or Hereditary or like why am I blanking on this other one? But yeah, the point is that this is the way this was kind of initially pitched is basically like if an A24 movie was made by DC Studios. That's basically kind of the way that it was kind of put out there. So I'm not really expecting like it to be like a full-on fucking comic book movie with like quips and all that other shit that you would expect. This is probably going to be closer.
You can stop now. You can stop right there because he's already lost the plot. It was supposed to be an Elseworld movie, but it was forced into the DCU because of James Gunn and his ego. You already lost.
Yeah, that's you go. Get fuck on about it. But anyway, I will finish my thought though because I want to finish my thought. My point is that this movie is probably going to be closer to The Fly than it's going to be anything else. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But
I'm fucking scared because my mind immediately went to when he puked on the dude's hand in the bar.
Yeah. Well, so for me, like for horror, and I kind of want to keep it here just because there's something I wanted to show you that I think you might enjoy. For me, horror is easy because it's not only just that I can turn my brain off, but it's also that I understand a very fundamental principle of horror that many people who aren't as big on the genre cannot wrap their head around. When I was watching The Whistler last night, one of the things that came up was why don't they just leave? And I was like, well, if they leave, then the movie's over. And that's the thing, like, here's the thing. When you have a horror movie, horror movies thrive on people doing things that are stupid. Now, I will also say horror movies thrive on people doing things that are also incredibly real, because as much as we all think that we would be the protagonist of the horror movie and do all the right shit that would save us from getting sent to the gulag, the reality is people by and large are fucking stupid and will it was kind of a thing that scare not Scary Movie, but Scream even kind of made fun of this. And people forgot about it. Like, what was the boy's name? Was it Randy? Randy was the one that was like the horror movie expert, right?
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah. His ignorant ass. He was the guy who knew all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he do in the movie after like making these huge proclamations about the rules? He broke several of them when the time like arose. He didn't realize it, but he did. He said the stuff that he said and did the stuff, the same thing that he made fun of people for or brought up during earlier in the movie. There's a point where Ghostface is literally right there and he's doing exactly those things.
I wish I could remember those movies.
Yeah, dude. My
saw
memory
Scream.
is very too long.
I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to him in those movies, my
Mhm.
only memory of Scream 2, because I went and saw that in theaters, was when he got snatched in that van when he caught it. That's all I remember from him is getting snatched.
Yeah.
And then they
that
realized
was
they
Scream
fucked up
2,
by getting
yeah.
rid of him. Yeah, they realized they fucked
Yeah.
up by getting rid of him. So we got to bring this VHS version of him in Scream 3.
Yeah, it's like it was, and then they did something eerily similarly stupid in Scream 7, but that's another story altogether. But yeah,
Dang,
right
nigga,
here,
shit.
this is it right here.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody's got a plan until they got punched in the mouth. Everybody, because I even had to explain it to my kid, because sometimes Circe watches horror movies with us, and they'll be like talking about what they would or wouldn't do, and I was like, kid, I said, let me tell you from personal experience. You think you big and bad until you see something bigger and badder than you pull up. I was like, there's a reason why grown folks will you ever like go on social media and you'll see like people posting about how man, I'm grown as fuck. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. This, that, and the other. But then we'll quickly turn around and tell you how when they cut the lights off in a room, they immediately run to the next room with light. Because that's the thing. It's like your fears, they're primal. They're never at the forefront of your mind. They are always at the back of that motherfucker. But that said,
okay.
Yeah, I wanted to get to the other thing, and it is are you familiar with a movie called Behind the Mask? The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Okay, so I'm gonna help you out. So, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's a horror comedy mockumentary.
That's
one of my. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a very indie film. Very indie film.
Okay.
I actually don't expect many people to have actually seen it, but I am a fan of it. And fucking love this movie. Love it down. This is a movie that it's kind of hilarious because basically, okay, to give you the premise of this movie.
Yeah.
Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This is a movie that is about a guy named Leslie Vernon, who you probably already guessed. He is the next big horror movie slasher. Now, when I say that, I mean this because Leslie Vernon, he exists in a world where people like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers, Candyman, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's real. It's not just movies. These people are real. And these documentarians reach out to him, and they're following him around. They're basically asking him questions and stuff like that. And basically, they're kind of like following his rise to become the next big slasher. And it's funny too, because they also brought in people who you would recognize from horror movies to be a part of this. Like Robert Englund is the guy who played Freddy Krueger. He's in this movie. He plays kind of like a oh God, what is dude's name? He's almost kind of like a, not exactly 1-to-1, but he's almost kind of like the Loomis from like the Halloween movies. He's kind of like the Loomis of it. They also, if I remember correctly, Zelda Rubinstein is in it as well. Some of y'all might be familiar with her because she was the medium from Poltergeist. So on and so forth. It's also got Herschel, Scott Wilson, Herschel from The Walking Dead. He's in it. And this movie came out like in 2006, so it's literally been 20 years ago. But this movie has very recently been greenlit, sort of, for a sequel. And it is on Kickstarter right now and is already well past its goal. You can see it here. Basically, Behind the Mask 2, The Return of Leslie Vernon, was asking for $20,000, got $170,000. thousand. And this shit it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how this works. I'm actually going to try and get it on this. But like you kind of see here that basically they kind of play kind of the same way Scream kind of played into like the meta of horror movies. This movie did something very similar. Like where they kind of leaned into like the guys talk about, oh, you got to have cardio. You got to have cardio to be able to keep up with people, when you're chasing after them, so on and so forth, and talking about like how like when the people fight back, like when the people fight back against him, how he has to make sure his endurance training is up, so on and so forth, whatever. But yeah, dude, this shit's gonna be pretty cool. I'm actually pretty hyped for this. Fucking hyped for this.
I'll ask you this, and then we can go ahead and move on off the horror movie joint. Since that's how you feel about Clayface and other horror movies you've shown, we never talked about what do you think is going to happen with this new Resident Evil that's coming out from the guy behind Barbarian, or from the team behind Barbarian? I don't know if you knew about that.
Yeah, I know. Sadly.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
I'm not terribly.
Okay.
I'm not terribly. I'm. No, because he said some things that kind of let me know that he's doing the thing that they did with Resident Evil originally. He's just making the movie he wants to make. Like, and not to say that's a bad thing, like, but like, just there's been some things he said recently. Like, honestly, I think the best thing they could do for that movie is to just put a gag order on him, just have him not talk. Just have him not talk, because basically the way he's been talking about the movie, it sounds like this was just a movie he was already going to make, and he just decided to make it with the Resident Evil name on it. Like it's like he's trying to turn Resident Evil into something that's not. He's basically what
Netflix did.
Basically, he's just kind of doing whatever. Was it what was
cool.
What was the motherfucker's name? I forget dude's name, but like, and it's not to say he's Zach Kreger. That's his name. It's not to say that he's a bad director or any of that magnitude. I don't want anyone to walk away with that, but basically he's been pretty open and honest. His movie doesn't really have anything to do with the games. And if that's if that's going to be what it is, I don't want it.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm not, anyone who wants that, fine. I'm not saying y'all can't have it, but I don't want it. I personally do not want it. And to go past that, I do want to answer Ed Boy in the Cuts super chat here, asking if we saw Mr. Stark get broke off by the Infernal Hulk. I have not, because I didn't. I haven't read that. I haven't gotten to the most recent one yet. It's still.
See, look! You're asking questions and spoiling shit for people. Maybe Ernie wanted to be surprised when he saw that.
It would have been nice. Well, I mean, at this point, it's kind of one of those where I'm like, I more hate it for everybody else. I more hate it for everybody else, but no, I cannot speak to that because I only know about it now because you told me. Also, I will answer this one. This is from our initial Clayface detractor. All you can see says, appreciate it. Check out Phil Tippett's Mad God if you like horror. I have checked it out. I am not as high on that movie as everybody else is. It's Mad God is like a nice proof of concept that you can do something, but like that movie put me to sleep, like hard body put me to sleep. It's a like Mad God is a technical marvel of a movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not. Do you know what Mad God is, Carter?
No.
So this is
that's why I'm staying out of the horror movie conversations, though.
So basically, it's a live action stop motion animation hybrid of a film. It's got some really impressive shots in it. It's got some very impressive shots in it. But it's largely a movie with not really much in the way of speaking. And the stuff that's going on, you're literally just watching this dude like kind of randomly meander through this disgusting world that could only like exist in the mind of like
like fucking Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, well, no, because it's stop motion. It's stop motion. A lot of it is stop motion. It's stop motion with some live action kind of sprinkled in there. Like
Yeah.
it's a I almost said it's cute. It's cute in so much that like it's cool. The like the visuals has really cool visuals, but like it's not a movie. Like if I ever could complete it, I would never watch it again. Like it's one of those like if I ever completed it, it would just be to say that I did.
You watched it, yeah.
Yeah, that would
let's
be
see
it.
Let's see if you feel that way about this comic we're finna talk about.
Well, actually, real quick, I do want to say,
That's mean. I'm sorry. I know
that was
Spidey and Superman fans out there. I know.
that was terrible.
I'm sorry.
But no. Also, shout out to Vale Delir for fighting the good fight out here with these weirdos who can't keep my name out their mouth. So that said, I think we're caught up on everything. I think.
Yeah.
I'm positive.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna talk about a little book that came out. In case you couldn't tell, came out this week. Spider-Man, Superman, #1.
Read it, didn't buy it. Nobody had the Sanford Green variant I wanted. Apparently, I think it was a Felix comic exclusive or some shit.
Yeah, that was a Felix comic exclusive.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend
that was the one that I had to explain to Tony Weaver how store exclusives work. Because he didn't want to believe that it was real. He thought it was like some fake thing that someone had like made up. And I was like, this is how you know Tony doesn't actually pay attention to the comics industry. Is because I was like, dude, I was like, you're supposed to be a guy who's in comics, but for a guy that makes comics, makes graphic novels, talks about comics from time to time, I say, you sure do know a startling little about comics. I was like, store exclusives, not uncommon. I literally held up one last week when I was showing off Gavin's variant cover for Feral with the all right. But let's talk about this book. Let's go ahead and get the easy one out of the way.
Okay.
So Spider-Man, Superman #1. This is this is Marvel's, because Marvel has top billing on this one. The way they do these things, in case no one is familiar, the way they do this is DC gets one, like you get the DC Marvel Superman Spider-Man, and then Marvel is gonna do the Marvel DC Spider-Man Superman. That's how this works. In case for whatever reason, if this is your first time ever like checking one of these out and you're confused because you're like, well, wait a minute, didn't we already get one of these? That's why. So this one, this is Brad Meltzer and Pepe Larraz on the main story here. Let's go ahead and knock this part out. Main story in this book, I enjoyed. I enjoyed the main story on this one. It kind of plays a little bit more sensible to me. Just in terms of the fact that in this one they're worrying less about the why something is happening and just kind of getting right to the meat of the matter. I think like in the Superman Spider-Man, when they kind of spent not too much time, but they spent a little time trying to like make sense of why Spider-Man and Superman were hanging out together, like, oh hey, this is what's going on. It's like no we don't even see Lex Luthor and Green Goblin until the deed is already like past done. Like the deed is done. Basically, when you pick this one up, it's kind of, this book starts in media res. Basically just saying it's already, everything that is going on is already in motion. Like Spider-Man and Superman are trapped underneath some rubble, and Spider-Man and Superman have to figure out how they're gonna get out of the scenario that they find themselves trapped in. And of course, as you would probably imagine, because this is a Superman story, kryptonite has to come into play. They discover, like, there's a little pumpkin bomb that gets thrown in underneath the rubble, and it basically it unleashes kryptonite, weakens Superman, and Spider-Man has to be the one, because once again, this is the Marvel. This is the Marvel version, so Spider-Man has to be the one to help save the day, and Superman's gonna kind of talk him through what's going on. This is not a convoluted plot at all. This is a very straight to the point, almost kind of like, this book basically is the epitome of, if you've never read a Spider-Man comic, if you've never read a Superman comic, or if you've never read either one of these motherfuckers, you're going to figure out real quick what these two characters are about. Is what this is. It's basically, but also at the same time, not feeling like I don't feel like it's too heavy-handed with the telling of that. It still does manage to get to a story. Carter, what did you think about the A story of this? How did you feel about the A story here?
I thought it was funny. It kind of reminded me of when I told you about that movie They Will Kill You before you went and saw it, and I told you one of the things I told you one of the things I liked about that movie is that it gets right to it.
Right in.
That's what this story did, which I really appreciated. Pepe Larraz was Pepe Larraz. I think honestly that was the main reason I stuck with this story, just because I wanted to see how else he would draw certain things that were happening. So that was always a highlight for me. The story overall, I thought it was fine. It was a fun one. I liked more of the art side of things, just because of certain little things that happen that anybody else would just see it and just keep it going. That I really, really liked. We'll probably get to that story stuff in a second. So that's when I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, like, basically, this is basically just a primer on who these characters are. I will say the look they gave Green Goblin in this one was kind of diabolical. Not gonna hold you. Because they went for a look that was very. What's the best way to put this? Here we go. I'm gonna pull this up so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about here. The look they went for with Green Goblin, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of nasty work. Because they kind of went with the more techno Green Goblin, like kind of more of a nod to the Raimi Spider-Man movie, only he's not entirely
I was laughing that we know that Lex Luthor's suit has flying capabilities, but they still just put Lex on a glider, on a goblin glider. I thought that was pretty funny.
On the goblin
I thought that was funny.
And
I did think that was pretty funny.
It was hilarious. Look, I still dug this. Also, it did make sense for like Lex Luthor and Green Goblin to kind of be like clicked up in this one, because I mean, when you really think about it, Norman Osborn is literally just Spider-Man's version of Lex Luthor. I mean, in a lot of ways, just coming at it from a different angle. The other thing that was pretty interesting here, I love the turnaround on this, because one of the things that is kind of happening in this story is that Spider-Man is they do. I think is this they're kind of doing the throwback to the classic Spider-Man trapped under the rubble. He's got to hold it up, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this. Hey, you talk to me about something so to kind of keep my mind off what I'm doing, so on and so forth." And like they kind of have this philosophical conversation about why they do what they do. I will say Spider-Man gets a lot of pep talks from Superman throughout throughout this whole book, which which made me actually had to put there were a few times I had to close this There were a few times I had to close this and be like,
Yeah.
is this the DC Marvel
So
one?
you know what? I want to get this out of my system real quick, and then let's just keep it moving.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You look at the Superman Spider-Man story. You look at the Batman Deadpool Batman. We got different characters in that world that you probably wouldn't think about. They're interacting with this one. I was really surprised. This was really like the Soup and Spidey adjacent book, because every goddamn story had some super somebody and some spider somebody throughout the whole thing. So I thought that was kind of, and everybody got big upped in this whole goddamn thing. So I was just like, I probably wouldn't have done that. But let's go back to the main story, because I did like this one in this regard, where it's Spider-Man and Superman having a conversation, and it's like you were saying, it was Spider-Man like going through it, why he does what he does. He does it out of guilt. And at this point, Superman is weakened because we got a fusion dance between kryptonite and a pumpkin bomb.
Yeah.
And I really like the fact that I really like the Superman aspect of this, is where we see that Peter is going through it, and even though he is weakened, that is still Superman, and he helps him. I thought that was cool. I thought
this right here, where it's like this motherfucker is literally suffering from kryptonite poisoning, and he's just like, I still got you. Well, and I love it too, because he even kind of like, Spider-Man thrives on self-deprecation. So I thought that it was really nice that Superman kind of stepped in and was like, hey, real talk, it's not guilt is the reason why you do what you do. He's like, you think it's guilt, but it's not really guilt. And you're talking about being, Superman kind of telling, Spidey that, hey, I used to be where you were. I used to not be certain about what I was doing. I used to not think that I was making the right moves. And how, even though in this case, Superman, Spidey kind of sees Superman as inspiring himself, Spidey kind of later realizing that his own strength and heroism inspired Superman to step up to the plate, recognizing Spider-Man could not do this by himself, but he was going to do it anyway. And that actually comes up a couple of times.
Best friends? Did we become best friends?
Right, that's basically what it is. I will say, I agree with you in terms of like, and I don't know if this was a wise decision or a mistake. But I know how I feel about this. You mentioned that like because we had this with the previous book as well. It was like most of the backup stories were all just Spider adjacent people and Superman adjacent people. I think with the exception of one story, and that was it was like you had the Punisher Power Girl joint, but like it was really just Punisher was kind of like just random character, and Power Girl was kind of like the more Superman familiar character. Like it was like characters were like by proxy related to Spider-Man in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or Superman in some shape, form, or fashion.
Even though the story was atrocious, Harley and Hulk from that was one has one to do with Batman, but Deadpool and Hulk ain't really got nothing to do with each other. But when I bring that up, it's different characters, just like Green Arrow, Daredevil. You would never think to see those characters together. So this book, just having it be Super fill in the blank and Spider fill in the blank, that was kind of lazy. That was kind of lazy.
Well, I mean, because they did it with the last one when they did Superman, Spider-Man. It was the same thing. It was like it was Superman, Spider-Man characters all the way down, and that was kind of my biggest. That was actually my biggest letdown with that one. I was like, I kind of wish they would have kind of like with the previous one, where it was Batman Deadpool, they diversified more. I wish they would have diversified more in that regard. And this book, I was kind of hoping Marvel would like, I will say this, they do get away with it in this one. There is, if I remember correctly, there is like one story in this, at least one story where they do, actually, no, I take that back. That's a lie. There's actually two stories where they kind of get away from it. So I was like, okay, at least this one isn't so bad about it. But like it's still pretty bad about it. Like because we do get a story later that has more to do with the Thing But Superman is still like not the
Yeah.
most central figure, but I mean he's there a lot. Yeah, and then you had like there's the Wonder Woman Mighty Thor storyline that I thought was really good as well.
That one irked me a little bit. That one actually irked
That
me
one
for one thing.
I wonder if it's the same thing that I'm thinking about.
Let's see.
We'll see. Well, let's. I tell you what.
We'll
We'll keep it to this though. I don't want to go any further into the main story than what we already have because there is actually something kind of funny that happens in the main story that I'm not gonna hold you. I rolled my eyes on pretty hard, but it was funny. It was funny that it happened, but I was like, man, y'all really just y'all just give venom. Y'all give venom to anybody nowadays. But no, but that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say about that. That said, main story in this book versus the previous one, I think just off the strength of the fact that this one kind of got right down to brass tacks, and I think told a tighter narrative. I think I'm gonna say Marvel pulled this one out over the Superman Spider-Man version, in my opinion. I like the main story on this one better, just overall. Carter, where are you at on this one?
I'd agree with that. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
There was the one thing you Slick brought up. I said that too, but then it was just something funny happened with it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, if you just stayed in the Marvel universe and just did this anytime this person came around or just told somebody, this is all you got to do. But I think I enjoyed this one more. Yeah, I would say I enjoyed the Brad Meltzer, the A story more than the previous book. Yeah, I would give that one to Marvel for sure. I give it to Marvel for sure.
No, 100%. Like I said, that's a layup right there. That's a layup right there. They did what they had to do. They got in, they got the fuck out, and I think everybody was ultimately better for it. Now that said, I did rather enjoy that once we got over from that, we started jumping into our backup stories. Let's see. We'll run them down real quick. We got Spider-Man Noir and Superman. Basically the like classic, like super triple OG Superman. That was Dan Slott, Marcos Martin. We got Gwen Stacy and Lana Lang, because they did this with the previous one. We had a Lois and MJ story. This one we get is basically we're taking the two women who were a part of these characters' lives during their formative years. Gwen Stacy and Lana Lang, and pairing them together. And then that's Joe Kelly and Humberto Ramos. Then we got Mysterio versus Superman featuring, actually, man, can I just say right now, featuring the Thing is diabolical. Featuring the Thing is diabolical.
To give Mysterio top billing over Ben Grimm is kind of wild.
That's diabolical.
Especially when the Fantastic Four movie is more recent than the Jake Gyllenhaal Mysterio joint.
Right.
That's kind of gross. That's kind of gross.
It's even more, like, I'm gonna tell you why it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because Mysterio is barely in this. Like, he is barely in this. The Thing is the one who you are talking, the Thing is narrating the whole thing to you. He's literally the one telling you the story, and it's like, yeah,
don't matter. Spider adjacent, super adjacent.
It has to be.
They did it nasty this go around. And just real quick, Mojito, that trailer is not based on the comic like you think it is. It's not.
Which one?
He asked if
the Ice Cream Man,
the Ice Cream Man trailer. It is not based on the Image book. It is not.
No,
that's
getting something
done
else
by somebody else, and that's going to be animated. The one you're talking about is done by Eli Roth, and I don't give a fuck about Eli Roth movies. So Just FYI, brother, because you probably finna go try to buy the comic or read it from somewhere. It ain't the same.
It ain't got shit to. It ain't got shit to do with shit.
Hobgoblin and Steel.
Okay, yeah, which this one's kind of diabolical too, because this was actually an opportunity to give Billy, because we'll get into it here in a sec, but Hobgoblin versus Steel, the one thing I did like about this,
let me hear it,
is you got Louise Simonson on this, Todd Knock, I think that's how you pronounce it. It might, I don't know. Well, if I didn't, then sue me. But so Louise Simonson is one of the OGs that brought Steel to life back in the day. A lot of people forget about that. That was Louise Simonson writing Steel when he first hit the scene. So it was actually nice to see Louise, see Wheezy back on it. I was here for it. That's what people call her. A lot of people in the industry call her Wheezy. But no, it was good to see. She still had it. Because I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say something so controversial yet so brave. I think that when it comes to people who have written Steel, Louise kind of had a half-ass decent handle on it. For a whole white woman writing a black male character. I mean, I'm not saying that she was perfect. That she just perfectly encapsulated the black experience or anything, but I feel like that book had a more coherent narrative when she was on it. That's my personal opinion. Sue me. But it was also a Thor story.
Yeah.
Sort of. And then you had what was it? Ghost Spider and Supergirl, which I'm not gonna I'm gonna go just say this right now. Might have been my least favorite story in this whole thing. Might just be my least favorite story in the whole thing. I'll get to why here in a little bit. There was Miles Morales, Spider-Man and Superman, which has the goats.
Yeah, it has the ultimate Spider-Man team of Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli.
Yeah, love to see that. I love this reunion.
So that's
yeah. Symbiotes in Metropolis. Okay, so this one's misleading.
Yeah, that's a stupid ass name for what you could have just called Wonder Woman and the Mighty Thor. You couldn't though because Spider adjacent, fucking super adjacent.
Yeah, they didn't want to say.
Oh, stupid.
This part right here irked me so fucking bad. I ain't gonna hold you. I will say, I'll say it when we really start diving into these. And last, I don't really remember exactly how I felt about this particular one, but I'll save it for when we get into it. You had Spider-Man and Superman with Jeff Loeb and Jim Chung.
We couldn't call it nothing else because Jeff Loeb is just too big. Even though Brad Meltzer and Pepe Lee Raz already did Spider-Man,
right? I was like, so we're just doing this again, huh? Okay, this is one more time. That's for funny. The one time is basically what this was.
Yeah, that was funny.
But let's so we gave you the rundown of what all these were. I kind of want to go line by line through these. I'll just go ahead and say right now, Spider-Man Noir. I had to stop myself from saying Spider Noir because of that damn TV show.
I so hate that that's the name of that. It's so stupid.
I will say, did you see the Villains trailer for that?
No, I don't want to see. I saw the initial trailer, and after I got past my aggravation of Nicolas Cage not being Peter Parker and being Ben Reilly, which I thought was so fucking stupid, but no, I said I wasn't going to watch anything else after that initial trailer. Okay. I did see that it was a thing that was out, but I said, I'm not watching it. I'll just rather watch this shit here.
The villains do look interesting. They did get some really interesting people for the villain. So I will give them that. I'm actually more hyped for it after having seen that. But I will definitely say the Nicolas Cage of it all, him not being Peter Parker, also him being so clearly older than than what. Because Spider-Man Noir is supposed to be young, he's supposed to be in his 20s, I think, or 30s, maybe at the oldest. And it's Nick Cage is 60. He's not 60. He's in his 60s. And I was like, dude, and I saw the makeup they had him try and make him look a little bit younger. I was like, nah, Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to Nick.
I
Don't do
think
Nick
it'll
like
play
that.
better in black and white than it will in color.
Yes. No, I 1,000% agree with you on that. I 1,000% agree. So basically what we get here, so Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
And Superman, they meet, and I thought this was an interesting little take on it because basically you have Peter going after Lex Luthor. And not just going after him, I mean, he's trying to put that motherfucker in the dirt. He trying to send Luthor to the gulag. And of course, Superman intervenes. And it's a pretty interesting that's basically the launching point for the story. Just in the first 2 pages of it, that's a launching point. Superman's gonna jump in the way, stop Spider-Man Noir from sending Luthor to the Shadow Realm, and it's all kind of predicated around like a case that's going on. Because this is like because you got this is that kind of that classic pulp era style of comic. There's like a case that Luthor is involved with, and of course. Jay Jonah is wrapped up in this as well on some level, and it's basically all kind of showing what Superman stands for. Like hey, you can't. This guy has to face justice. He's gotta. We can't just kill him. He's gotta. He's gotta have his day in court. Basically, and kind of showcases the differences between Spider-Man Noir and Superman if they weren't already readily apparent at the time. But I mean, I dug that. I loved how they even kind of had some nods to Action Comics #1 in this, showcasing how they kind of let Spider-Man and Superman get their licks in on each other, but never really like get one over on the other. Like it was kind of that thing that comics have always done, where there's 2 characters from different publishers. It's like, all right, everybody gets to have their fun, but at the end of the day, nobody beats anybody. And they leave it at that. Carter, what'd you think about this one? What'd you think about how'd you feel Dan did on this one?
I really enjoyed this one. This one I would have wanted to see a continuation of, just to see how these 2 interact, just from with Jay Jonah going off on Peter and then offering Clark a job and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I really enjoyed the art of the OG Superman. I thought that was pretty cool.
And we're talking like, man, Superman with the black. He's got the black in the symbol. I like that.
That it reminds me of this video I had seen. It was old. It's an older Superman flick, like an animated flick, where it was a robot or something shooting lasers at this particular version of Superman, and this motherfucker was punching the laser. How terrifying is that as a villain, to see a motherfucker punching lasers away from himself? That motherfucker was dangerous. But all in all, I would say that honestly, this one was probably my favorite out of the bunch. Okay. This is,
I respect that. I respect that. Yeah, I would say I think I'm almost there. I'm almost there. The next one, this is where we got into the Lana Lang, the Gwen Stacy Lana Lang of it. I kind of said earlier that this issue, or not issue, this backup story was kind of like a throwback to the previous Superman Spider-Man with MJ and Lois. But I'm gonna tell you what, I liked this one better than what they did in the DC Marvel one, because so they did the thing that the other one did, where it was like, oh hey, the girls are hanging out and they're just going to talk about their men. And they kind of do this here too, but they kind of come at it from a different angle, because clearly they're talking about both Superman and Spider-Man at very different points in their life. But what I did appreciate is that they did not have to bring in another random character to make it interesting. Like, in the other one, it was like they just like Gambit just showed up for no reason. Gambit just showed up. I mean, yeah, there was a reason, because it was a Sentinel involved, but like Gambit is just there because like, hey, can y'all squeeze Gambit in? Y'all know he on Marvel Rivals now. We got to get him out here. That's what I kind of felt about that one. This one, I felt like they kind of kept it to the girls, kept it to, Lana and Gwen, and you kind of let them have their conversation. Does anything crazy happen in it? No, it's literally just two women sitting there talking about their respective, best friend slash boyfriend slash maybe boyfriend, wannabe boyfriend, whatever slash, and also showcasing the stupid things they used to tell their girlfriends and as if they didn't know what was going on. Yeah. Like Superman acting like, oh man, they sand the streets in the summer. That's crazy. That's why I'm covered in sand. Not because he was just fighting the Sandman. And Peter's covered in water because he's because he fell into the river fighting, I think it was Metallo, because of the kryptonite heart thing or whatever. It was fine. It didn't blow my socks off or anything, but it was just like it was. I think it was a better version of what they tried to do in the other one. Okay. What did you think of this one? What did you think of this one, Carter?
In a word, So you want to go ahead and go to the Mysterio story?
Yeah, let's talk about Marvel's most dangerous man, Mysterio, the most popular spider adjacent character in the history of spider anything. This one kind of hurt me a little bit because this is basically the Doomsday Clock team reuniting. I don't know if you caught that, Carter.
So, well, I did, because there were 3 different people from Ghost Machine in this book. Brad Meltzer's over there. This was the story with Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. So yeah, it was all kind of Ghost Machines up in here. I think they trying to use that bread to pump out some more shit over there on there.
Hey man, we need more Redcoat, man. We need more Redcoat, man. The world needs Redcoat.
Well, no, they don't, because that movie got announced. I don't know if you know.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, they're doing a Redcoat movie, so they might be doing it for more Geiger and Hyde Street and whatever the fuck. But yeah, but just going back, this was the Doomsday Clock team of Gary Frank and Jeff Johns.
Yeah,
doing a Ben Grimm story, even though he just a ghost. He ain't even you can't even say he was a ghost. Like, that shit said featuring. Like, he was just
right.
He gave him the last verse at the end of the song or some shit.
It's like, damn. Like, and I will say this. This is the best looking.
Oh yeah, Gary Frank.
Yeah. Like, look. You say what the fuck you want about Doomsday Clock and that ugly ass version of Clark Kent as a child that looked very obviously like a grown ass Christopher Reeve's head was placed on a little boy's body. Say what you will about that shit. Gary Frank rarely misses. Okay, he rarely ever misses, and I think like I said, he's that good that I sometimes just like to conveniently forget that ugly ass version of the Doomsday Clock. That shit. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit fucking broke my heart. Matter of fact, here, if I gotta remember it, so do y'all. If I gotta remember it, so do y'all. Okay. If I gotta remember it, so do y'all. Okay. Okay. If I gotta remember this shit.
I didn't realize that Brad Anderson was on colors on this story.
Yes.
So you got 4. So he's the 4th person from Ghost Machine,
right?
That's in this goddamn book. Good Lord.
Yeah, no, this was literally the Ghost Machine presents. Ghost Machine presents. Well, what was it? Mysterio versus Superman featuring the Thing. That's basically what this was. But no, and the reason why I find this story egregious,
okay,
is because the Thing is literally the guy telling you the whole story. He's literally telling like this isn't like I'm not saying this is the Thing just shows up for like the ass end of the book. No, he's in the whole fucking thing. He's the guy who's literally telling you everything that's happening. Yes. Do other characters show up? Yes, they show up. We see Superboy. We see the Fantastic Four. We see the Blob. Yeah, we see dude, first off, the Lizard getting the drop on Eclipso is diabolical, but that's another story altogether.
There was one thing that Ben said because he's the one that's telling, like Ernie said, he's the one that's telling you the story. There's an image he put in my head. I did not know that I needed there, or I kind of wanted to see a story with that. And when we have been talking about this fight that was happening, and it was Spider-Man was trying to help out, the Justice League was trying to help out. I think the Justice League was getting whooped by the Squadron Supreme, which is hilarious in and of itself.
Was diabolical.
But he was talking about Spidey and the Legion of Superheroes helping out, and then there's one specific part where he says, "You should have seen what X-Force did in Gotham." I didn't know how much I needed to see an X-Force book in Gotham.
I ain't gonna hold, and you can, like I said, for those that are curious, it's literally this shot, like right there. It's like, like, I ain't gonna hold you.
I want to know what X-Force did in Gotham, bro.
I feel like Jeff Johns just kind of like dropped a seed for some shit that I want to see that we probably will never see. I want to see what the fuck X-Force did. Well, I want to see what X-Force did. Did they just run roughshod? Did they just run roughshod over the whole Batman Rogues gallery or some shit? I need to see that.
That's a funny thought to have.
I need to see it. But anyway, I liked this story. I also liked how it kind of played into. This is something I actually brought up. I actually pulled this image up a little bit earlier than I had planned. But like right here when they, this was my favorite part of it though, when they talked about how because the thing is there's this it's rage basically that's happening here. Mysterio and the Saturn Queen, basically what they've done is they have caused all of the heroes. That's why they're fighting each other. They're angry. Basically, they're kind of like funneling infinite rage into them. That's why it's also kind of a commentary on why every time superheroes meet, they're always like throwing hands, even when it doesn't make sense to. It's kind of a commentary on that. But when they put together the squad of people that were going to fight back, I did actually like this interaction just because it made sense. You got Captain America, you got Stargirl, Superman, She-Hulk, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and then you got the Thing. And basically, like he says that the reason why these were the perfect people is because they've all basically dealt with rage on some level and have conquered it. All of them have like had, or at the very least, they've been in scenarios where they could have let off but didn't. And I liked it. I liked how they kind of like tied in Captain America and Stargirl. How like the Star Spangled Kid. And kind of talking about how I served with this guy back during the war and basically putting props on Stargirl, which to be fair, Stargirl the main reason Stargirl's there, that's Jeff Johns' character. And for those who don't know, I believe Stargirl is based on his sister who passed away. So basically, there was no way Stargirl wasn't getting in here, and she wasn't, and there was no way she wasn't getting props either. So that is why, if you're wondering. But I love the fact that the Thing, and once again, the Thing is literally the one telling the story. And he's the one who's kind of dealing with some, you can tell he's dealing with some internal grief. And talking about how he it has kind of been internalizing that anger and has like a really human moment towards the end of it with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna give Mysterio the top billing? Diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. Whoever I don't even think that was a Jeff Johns decision. That was somebody in editorial that made that choice. Somebody editorial made that choice. But yes.
So
I will say this: I'm only going to highlight this in so much that I just thought it was funny that it came up with it when it did. I 1,000% agree. We should stop paying taxes because nobody else is paying them.
here's my question to you then. With everything you said,
Yes.
you enjoyed this Mysterio and Superman story with the Rock Man in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Where would you place this? Where would you place this one?
I would actually place this as probably one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's I tell you what, so it's up there. Like it's up there. I want to look back at the list that we got so far. So
yeah. So right now we are the A story, Spider-Man Noir, and OG Soups, the laser puncher himself. We got Emma Stone and Kristen Krug.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Legend of Chun-Li.
That's where we at right now. That's where we at.
But no. So right now, I would say like this is all like I would put it on the same level as Spider-Man Noir and Superman. Because I love that Spider-Man Noir and Superman story. I fucking love it. This one I love it too, but because they gave and I'm gonna tell you why, because they gave featuring the Thing, I have to knock it down just a little bit. So it could have been my favorite. But since they did Thing dirty.
Okay.
Did you say how you felt about it?
I kept laughing at. There's another thing after it says featuring the Thing. It says Mysterio versus Superman featuring the Thing and more. And then I finished the story and I'm like, what the fuck was the and more?
It's like and more. Who's and more?
Why did Mysterio get like? I forgot that Mysterio was in the fucking thing. But all in all, it was fine. But I still think that it wasn't touching the Spider-Man Noir and Superman story for me.
Yeah. For the next one, and this is gonna be this one can be summed up pretty quickly. The next one is the story that's Steel. It's Hobgoblin and Steel. Like I said, Wheezy being back on Steel, it was almost like she never left. It was almost like she never left. And I'm here for it. Oh shit, goddamn. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go and do it now. We got one here. Because hey, I mean shit, we may as well. We just got the hundo bomb from Gearless. Moda says, just showing support. We'll watch the playback later. Thank you all for the check-ins. This is one incredible community. Thank you for bringing us together. Love and respect always. Get those likes up, man. See, that's the type of shit I'm talking about here. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is the type of shit I'm talking about right here. We got community out here, man. Community. And I'm not talking about
just FYI, Gillis Mo, I'm doing my part. I know Ernie got Pragmata, but he can't touch shit until he get back in the desert. I'm staying on his head until he continues on in them Crimson Desert streets.
I got 4 more hours to get to where it opens up. I got FOMO. I got FOMO hours. Dude, let me tell you. Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, I real quick. I have to say this. So you know that part of the game where you had to climb all that shit? Like you go into that other world and they make you like have to connect nodes and climb up this damn structure or whatever. That's like way high up above everything else.
Okay.
That was the moment I learned, man, this platforming, this platform is so raggedy. Because at first I'm sitting here, dude, you know what? I actually get why they put a mechanic in there for precision jumping. Because, dude, I was like, bro, you can fall off this motherfucker so easily. It ain't even funny, dude. I was like, stop. But no, I got to where like I could like glide and do the little fall thing, whatever. And I kept playing for a little bit after that. But yeah, I've been so busy trying to Well,
Play
one,
DBD, you fucking scumbag. You're a sick degenerate. Osiris, you are incorrect, even though that is hilarious. A game with a 40-hour tutorial is diabolical. According to Gil Smo, all me and Ernie got to do is hit like he said 10.
I thought it was 7 or 8.
7, okay, sure.
Yeah,
I think he said 8. I think he said 8.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours.
I'm at 6 or 7, so I'm getting there. So
yeah, it's just that the tutorial is so diabolical. Like, and I will say this: I'm having fun with the game. I am actually having fun with the game.
Yep.
But like, for anyone who wants to know how I feel about this motherfucker, just look up the Mighty Keith video about Crimson Desert, and that perfectly encapsulates. Like, it is. Yeah. Crimson Desert is the best, worst, best game I think I've ever played. Like, it is. Yeah. Like now, Pragmata, I know Pragmata is cold because I played the demo.
That game looked great. Yeah, that game looked great, and that demo was fun. I really enjoyed that demo.
Also, if you want to know my thoughts about the Pragmata game, just based on playing that demo alone, go watch the recent Mighty Keith video.
Oh wow,
that last part of that video had me hollering.
Oh, when it comes to Crimson Desert, I beat a boss yesterday. I think this was one of my first boss fights I had, and I beat him with the RKO. That shit is hilariously satisfying because I unlocked the RKO. Don't y'all ask no questions of why the RKO is in that game. Don't ask no goddamn questions.
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me.
Let's get back.
Anyway, actually, real quick, I want to do. I do want to address. We got another super chat here. I want to make sure, and I want to say, while I do laugh, I'm dead ass when I say this. BS says, do not pay taxes during war times. I'm not joking. No, here's the thing, and this is something I've been trying to explain to people. What's the best way I can put this? I am a huge fan of Leisha Miller. Some of y'all might be familiar if y'all are politically activated. But she is a activist and lawyer and YouTuber. And I watched a video of hers. It's not going to be the Band-Aid or the warm glass of milk, if that's your thing, that I think everybody's going to want. But like basically, she had a video basically talking about how you can ethically and legally, well, not in some cases, legally resist paying taxes and like not all, like some of the ways are like, well, definitely way more legal than others. I will say I watched a lot of that video and I was like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm gonna tell, look, okay, let's be vulnerable for just a moment. I think it's diabolical that corporations paid, there's multiple, dozens of corporations that did not pay a dime in taxes, billionaires who did not pay a dime in taxes all last year. And myself, and I don't want to put a lot of people's business out here, so I'll just speak vaguely about them. But I spoke to other content creators and, you know, even just regular, normal, everyday people who are owing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to the United States government that they are going to use to bomb brown people. So I think y'all just need to look at that, analyze it if you must. But it's a harsh reality, and trust me when I say, yeah, I don't like the idea of it. Not at all. It's I think it's diabolical, and I'll like I said, I don't want to give exact numbers, but just know when I looked up and saw that apparently I owed, despite the fact that I paid as much in taxes as I did last year, and somehow I owed even more. The fact that I owed what was effectively 4 figures in taxes. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. But that's neither here nor there. That is what it is. But I just want to make it clear. Yeah, it ain't lost on me. It ain't lost on me at all. We also got another one here. This is Gilsmodo with the 1999 super chat. Says, trust me, I know on Crimson Desert, I'm up. Dude, this man's 111 hours in. And you know what? He is still in the tutorial. He said, I'm 111 hours in and still in the opening area. This game is diabolical. You know what they did? You know what they did, Carter, when they made this game? They said, hey, folks saying they put 300 on Skyrim. And they was like, say word? Tell you what, you can put 300
like
in.
Bro, I don't want to hear that. I don't feel like I should have to pay for all of you people that put all them hours in on Skyrim when I didn't even fucking play Skyrim. Why am I having to pay for the shit y'all did? Niggas like you. Why do I have to pay for what the mess and dealing with the Randy Savage dragons and the Goose Radars and shit? Why do I have to pay for what y'all did?
The Tank Engine dragon.
That one cracks me up every time I hear that goddamn jingle.
I ain't gonna lie, hearing that shit every time a dragon pull up is diabolical to me. Man. But yes, no, I like I said, it's funny because like there's so like every time I walk around somewhere, like I'm still like finding like random shit to do. I'm still finding like I'm like, dude, this game is so like it's like it was made for people with like ADHD or some shit. Like it was like, hey, you want to here's some shit over here? Hey, here's some shit over here, and it's like, and that's I can say that because they're speaking directly to me.
Jesus,
a dude who very in all likelihood has ADHD. I'm positive that I do because. Fuck if I can't concentrate on shit unless I'm doing like multiple things at once. But no, that said, Hobgoblin. So Hobgoblin versus Steel. This is the fight that I kind of laughed at because there's no way that Steel doesn't lay down Hobgoblin on
okay, it ain't just me that thought that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Ain't no way. Cool. I was like, this motherfucker is light work. That's the only bit of anything that I was like, okay, I feel like this should be like wrapped up like that. But then to find out that this was all just a ruse, like they were basically just testing they were testing one of Steel's inventions. Basically, and Hobgoblin got away with it, and this was basically just a nice opportunity for John Henry Irons to test out the material that he created. Basically, it's this stuff. I forget the exact name of it. It's like I think it was called like ghost matter or some shit like that. I forget exactly. But basically, you know what is happening here. Is that he's going to use this stuff, steel dust. That's what it was.
Steel dust.
And basically, he throws this stuff up. Like this is what's in the little gym bag. Also, the fact that shit was in a gym bag is diabolical. But but you know, Hobgoblin throws this shit up in the air and basically makes it to where now. He is not only like somewhat invisible, he also has a level of intangibility. Unfortunately, that intangibility is negated by magic, which very clearly Steel's own hammer, not being magic, passed right through Hobgoblin. But you probably can tell right here whose hammer actually did. Yeah, but basically Thor comes in, lays Hobgoblin down in one shot, and the story is basically Bob's your uncle at this point. It's a pretty quick just kind of run through, and they tap hammers and go about their business. They shake hands and tap hammers and go about their business. I enjoyed this story.
Yeah,
but. I felt like I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if Thor would have been a bit more a part of it and maybe it not been about Hobgoblin. Like they would have found something else for Steel and Thor to do, being the resident hammer throwers in their respective universes. I think would have been something more. I think it would have been something a little bit more interesting.
Okay. I gotta disagree there, just because I feel like if that was the case, I think Steel would have got a little bit hoed, because then we would have had to come to terms with the fact that Steel's hammer is like you and me buying a hammer from Home Depot. in comparison to Thor's hammer.
Oh,
so I feel like Steel would have got a little bit downplayed and not as big up. Then I'm on the level that you're on as he was in this. I think it was still a solid little thing. I like that there was because I didn't notice it until I read it a second time that the damn bag had Steelworks on it. So I really like that they kept the Steelworks stuff going on, because I was like, when I originally saw the suit from Steel and was just reading the story, because the story is drawn in a way to where it's like an older story, especially when you see Thor and Thor, that's the OG Thor drip.
Right. That's a classic.
I was like, okay, I feel like he could whoop Hobgoblin. Wait, maybe this is old Steel before the Steelwork shit. And then on my second reading of it, I realized the bag had Steelwork. Oh no, so this is current.
Yeah, it's current day. It's current day.
That's dope. So they're keeping that with it. So yeah, all in all, it was fine. It was a fine one.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I definitely enjoyed it. It's not my favorite story, but like I think it is one of the better ones. I think it's one of the better ones in this.
Yeah. I like it.
And then after that, we got into what I think might be my least favorite story. Which was this one. This is the
okay.
Yeah, this was the Ghost Spider Supergirl story.
I'll be honest, and then you can have the rest of it, because I ain't got nothing to say about it.
Go ahead, shoot.
This story was already losing me because I am not a fan of Phil Noto's art.
Okay.
So you already lost me right there.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed some Stephanie Phillips stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I put him up there with like John Romita Jr. It's kind of difficult for me to enjoy some of your shit just because of this art. Now, Ernie, you can completely have the rest of this.
So my issue here, I like Stephanie Phillips most of the time.
Okay.
Phil Noto, to me, I think Phil Noto is fine. I just, it really depends on which Phil Noto shows up. Because, like, I feel like Phil Noto is money a lot of the time. But every now and again, we talked about it before, when Phil Noto was on X-Men, there was some rough art that got turned in. There was some wild shit that got turned in. But I'm going to tell you why I don't like the story.
But I know.
Because it's really just Supergirl shitting on Ghost Spider for the majority of the story. Like, and when I say shitting on her, it's like, yeah, they're kind of both dunking on each other, but like, it's very clear that Supergirl is out dunking Ghost Spider.
He's really, 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 really being disrespectful. Like okay.
Yeah, I was
let's set it up. This is all starting because Ghost Spider, Gwen is wanting to get Superman's autograph.
Yeah.
Supergirl shows up. I almost said Spider-Gwen. Ghost Spider is disappointed because it's Supergirl and not Superman. Supergirl is disappointed because she thought, when she heard that there was going to be a spider person around Metropolis, she was dead set on it being Spider-Man and not one of you little other spider niggas.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what it was. Like,
and proceeds to let that girl know that the entire story, basically, this was a story of, hey, Gwen, you are totally less than.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, it's like, it's funny, too, because, like, like, this line right here, this story never recovered from it. It never recovered from, like, at least I'm not one of 5 million heroes with spider powers. I was like, bro, like, don't get me wrong. It was, like,
mean.
I'm going to be real with y'all.
He's out of line, but he's right.
That was one of those scenarios where I was like, Supergirl ain't necessarily said nothing wrong, but this was diabolical. This was diabolical, especially for a book where Ghost Spider has top billing on the matter. But and the thing is, as the book goes on, it just carries on. I mean, yeah, there is a part where it does kind of seem like, oh, everything's fine. or whatever, but still, there's even like a little like kind of. It was almost like even when Supergirl kind of was being nice to Ghost Spider by the end of it, it was still like damning with faint praise. Yeah, I don't know. That maybe it's just me. Yeah.
See, the only reason I think that Spider, I almost did it again. Only reason Ghost Spider was, I guess you could say, disrespectful to Supergirl, but she wasn't to the extent that Kara was to her.
No,
but I think it was just Gwen was just matching that energy. For the story.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, 100%.
But yeah, this is, and plus Kara, I've never read a Kara story where she's Regina George in it.
Right?
Where she's the mean girl.
Well, because I kind of want to,
yeah.
because this right here, like, was Gwen disappointed that Supergirl was the one that showed up? You could tell she kind of was.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she wasn't disrespectful about it. She was like, oh man. She was like, oh, just surprised. She seemed more genuinely surprised than anything else. And then like, she was like, because Supergirl was just flat out like, you're not Spider-Man. And she was like, you sound disappointed. She was like, I am. I was like,
Ghost Spider was more, Ghost Spider was more, damn, I really want a Superman, but this is going to be cool though.
Yeah.
And Supergirl was more, where's the real one?
Yeah, it's like I thought it'd be one of the
She
cool
sounded
ones.
like every single solitary person who does not like Miles Morales.
Right? Honestly, man, I'm not gonna hold you. I think this could only have been made more diabolical if it was Miles Morales she was talking to. And I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh no, Stephanie Phillips couldn't go out in public if that was the case.
Oh no, no. I was about to say first off, I was about to say
I would feel bad for that woman.
Ooh, boy, man, you want to talk about somebody that would be able to walk? Because I'm gonna tell you right now. This read is, you know what it is? This was a story that read to me as mean spirited. This one read as mean spirited. I mean, I don't know.
You said that about Jimmy Olsen and Carnage.
No, this was exactly that. This was exactly this. I was like, damn, this is a motherfucker that does not like Ghost Spider at all. Like, which I kind of had to check myself on that because I was like, damn. I was for whatever reason, I was like, does Stephanie write? I feel like I remember Stephanie writing Ghost Spider at some point, but I think I might be just misremembering. But
you didn't, and that ending was not, what's the word I'm looking for? You didn't deserve that ending that you gave. I don't think that, like, fuck it. I just want to get this out of the way because I didn't like this story and I didn't, like I said, it was already losing me with the art, and then I read it and I'm just like,
I was right.
No.
She did write.
Oh, she wrote what before?
She wrote Ghost Spider. She wrote Ghost Spider for a good little bit.
That's funny. But
if I want to take you a step further,
yeah,
I think she still is. So I'm just like, damn, why are you letting this character dunk? I was like, why are you letting this character dunk on your character? Like, bruh, come on, man.
But yeah, I think the ending I don't think was deserved because here we have Supergirl being insanely disrespectful to Gwen, and then the last thing we get is she even gave her an autograph in the book when she really wanted it from Superman, but Kara's autograph was to one of the 5 million spider-powered superheroes, love Supergirl.
Yeah.
And as you can see with Gwen's inner monologue, with all that disrespect, she liked it though.
What? I was like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't read enough Ghost Spider. Maybe I don't, because I've only kind of recently started getting more into Ghost Spider. Because like I liked, like, back when she was Spider. I mean, technically she was never really Spider Gwen, but that was always the title of the book. Even though she was back then, she was clearly
the variant cover, and we all went with it.
Yeah, we just went with it. But like, because I think originally she was just Spider Woman. Period. But like, yeah, whatever. Point is, since like that initial run, I kind of fell off the character. But superpower snow bunny beef, that is diabolical. That is diabolical. Oh my god. But no,
Thank you for the two. but that is nuts.
That's a superpower snow bunny beef. Let's go. I love it. I'll be here for it. But no, my thing is, it just, regardless of how it ended, it just felt real, like, because I think that's why it rubbed me the wrong way. Because I was like, dude, I was like, Stephanie writes this character. I was like, why are we, I was like, why are you dunking on Gwen like this? Like, damn, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it is what it is.
First words out of Kara's mouth. First thing that popped into my head was like any black woman that I know just being just like, bitch. Like,
right?
That's what
I was like, what the fuck?
But Gwen liking that at the end was like, is that her kink? She just likes getting dogged out by
like
other heroes and shit. Like, that's your kink, getting dogged out because of the other spider characters. You freak. I don't know. I just know this story wasn't it. This story was not it.
This is easily. I think it's safe to say probably our least favorite out of the bunch. Maybe.
Yeah, this is the Harley and Hulk story.
Yeah, this is Honestly, they could have kept this one. They really could have kept this one. So this is when we get to the Ultimate Spider-Man team returning.
Yeah.
This is where you get Miles Morales meeting Superman, and this one I really enjoyed just because it was really, honestly, this was really just Superman putting respect on Miles Morales' name. This is really all it was. It was just like Miles being a little goofy because he kind of has a little bit of a fanboy moment when he meets Spider-Man.
It was a really like starstruck thing. Like Gwen was trying to be if she had seen Superman.
I'm glad Bendis wrote this and not Stephanie. This could have gone way wrong. Look, man, I'm just gonna stick to Grimm and leave it at that.
I'll tell you another reason I really like this story.
Mm-hmm.
It was Superman wearing that new 52 drip. None of them stupid ass red draws. No red Fruit of the Loom. No red Fruit of the Loom. Get that shit out of here.
He said
straight new 52 drip. Get the red Hanes on somewhere. Please.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. But no, basically, Superman just like, because basically this whole issue is just Miles Morales asking Superman for advice, about being a hero. Like, is there anything that like you didn't know then that you know now that you could tell me that would make superheroing easier? And honestly, granted, it's kind of Superman taking like the long walk around the block to get there, but it all just kind of ultimately culminates on him telling him that you're already doing the thing.
Yeah, I did like that Miles asked, like, I've had a lot of OGs tell me different things.
Yeah.
What could you tell me? I thought that was really cool. I also thought something that was interesting, and I saw it from a Dan Exclaims little short like yesterday or the day before. I didn't know that this was all in a separate universe where all the characters coexist, because I thought it was really interesting that Miles told Superman that you were the first one to do this and you invented all of this. So in this universe, Superman was the first one. Then it was X-Men, Spider-Man, all of them just trickled down, which I thought was very interesting. But yeah, I like the whole like give me. I want some more advice, OG. I thought that was a pretty dope way to come from. That was a pretty dope way to structure this story.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was really good, and just like how Superman was just like, yeah, dude, he's like, yeah, you're good. He's like, you're doing the shit. You're where you're supposed to be. You saw danger and you didn't run away. You ran to it. You didn't even know what the fuck was going on, and yet you ran to come help me. You didn't even know it was me. It's like, and I love that was. I love that it was all, and once again, this is Bendis, so of course he's going to put respect on his own character. But like, I love the fact it was almost kind of like a. It was like a father, kind of being like, "Hey, man, this is where you started. This is where you are. You're doing just fine. You've been, He's like, you're good. You don't need the approval. You don't need the approval. You're already validated. Like I like that. Like that was nice. And also it was just really cool to see, Miles not be treated as though he's not important. Which I mean, obviously Bendis would never do, but like, just I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool. This,
Yeah.
I would say this story is like, it's almost right up there, honestly. It's almost right. Like this is one thing I'll say about this one versus the DC Marvel one. There are more stories in this book that I like than in the DC Marvel one, like as far as backups go, even though technically that last one we were talking about was diabolical as fuck. But no, I think this is another one that's kind of like right up there. It's not my favorite, but it's close. It's up there. Like it's one of the good ones. What do you think, Carter?
I would agree with that. I think I really was surprised that I enjoyed the story as much as I did, because I was not expecting. So but I would still put this right behind. Yeah, I'd put this behind Spider-Man Noir and that Superman story from Dan Slott. I really did enjoy this one. I really did.
Oh, yeah.
They could go tit for tat. I like that it came from. It wasn't like Miles just going up to him and them being like, Miles was the reason that Superman was the reason that Miles was the way he was. I like that Bendis actually made it a point to say other characters have given me advice and I want yours as well. Basically, you're not invalidating anything else that Miles probably heard from other characters, and he just wants to add the Superman stuff to the repertoire. I thought that aspect was good because you're not dunking on others. So yeah, I really did like that aspect of it.
What do you mean they didn't have to tear down another character to prop up another one? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Who would do that? Not looking at any other YouTuber. So then we got the next one. And this is the one that I also felt was done kind of dirty in terms of the titling department. We mentioned it earlier, but what was it called? Symbiotes? Yeah, Symbiotes in Metropolis? Diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. This is a story that is going to feature two characters that honestly I felt like could have carried their own Marvel DC cross, even though I know Mighty Thor is not that popular to some people, but I think a Mighty Thor Wonder Woman could have held its own book. But yeah, that's just me.
This over everybody that was like busting nuts everywhere because of the Captain America Wonder Woman story. I would take a Mighty Thor Wonder Woman over the Captain Wonder Woman joint, honestly.
Yeah, no, I would. I most certainly would. And also you got the Mighty Thor team on this. You got Jason Aaron, Russell Dodderman on this. This was the backup story I was the most excited for. Because I was like, oh, Jason Aaron back at bat for the Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, let's do it. Because I think I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody, but
yeah, I'm
a huge fan of Jane Foster's Thor. But yeah, that was some of the best Thor I thought we gotten in a long time. And Jason was lights out on it. Russell Dodderman also being on deck during that time. I was like, dude, that was money. That was license print money. But that said, we get Jane Foster back as Thor. And of course, she is going to meet the triple OG Woman of Wonder Woman. She's going to meet her. And it's a pretty interesting encounter because kind of this one is actually to me very similar to the Miles Morales Superman story in terms of it's kind of one of those situations. Actually, man, you know what? You can actually say this about a lot of stories in this book, with the exception of that Ghost Spider Supergirl one. A lot of this is like some of these triple OG DC comics like legends stepping up to the plate and being like, hey, you're valid. Like Superman telling Peter, telling Miles, you're valid. Wonder Woman in this story telling Jane, you're valid. Like, them kind of like this is, I saw someone say this about Abbott Elementary this morning or last night or whatever on Threads, talking about how like therapy disguised as entertainment. And that's kind of what I feel like a lot of this book is. It's therapy disguised as entertainment because, Jane at a point feels like, maybe not so much that she is lesser, but the fact that like there's a point where she offers the hammer to Wonder Woman. Says, here, take Mjolnir and do what needs doing. And, because she recognizes Wonder Woman as being the GOAT. But Wonder Woman recognized in the situation, she's already hit her with the lasso of truth. She's already seen to the heart of who Jane truly is. Because, once again, lasso of truth, it sees everything. And, she kind of does the same thing that Clark did with Miles. It's like, hey, I see you. I see you for who you are. And while, you see me as this perfect person, that is perfectly suited to do the work. You're doing the work. You are literally putting your, like, without even really going too terribly deep into it, reminds everybody what Jane puts herself through in order to be Thor is literally undoing all of the chemotherapy that she goes through to beat cancer. It undoes it. So basically, she was effectively killing herself. And I thought that was really cool that she put that kind of respect on you.
Okay. So here's and because I brought this up earlier.
Yeah.
That was my nitpick with this story. Of reading Jason's Aaron Mighty Thor run and seeing what Jane went through and all of that. I don't feel like Jane would have gave that shit up. Just because it was Wonder Woman. I do not feel like that Jane Foster would have just been like, here,
Here you go, take it.
It's you here. Because you see the trials and tribulations that she went through in that run. I highly, highly doubt that it would have went that way. Even though when she brought up, like, I helped with this war, I helped Shazam do this, and you're an Amazon.
Right.
This should totally be you. I'm like, I don't know about that one. And you wrote, this is Jason Aaron, so it's like you wrote her,
right?
And that's why I feel like, nah, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that,
right? No, that part, like, I feel like at this point, and the only reason I kind of let it go is because we're talking about we're talking about not mainline continuity, but even then still like it is kind of nasty work that she would, bait, like, cause effectively she hands over that hammer. She's dead. Yeah. She hands over that hammer. It's a wrap. But I did rather enjoy, that the Wonder Woman was like, keep that. Like, keep that. I did appreciate that. In terms of overall enjoyment, though, I wish I could put this one higher.
Okay.
I going into it, I was almost positive this one would have been one of my I actually kind of went into it thinking it would be my favorite. It's not quite there, but I will put it on the same par as I would put the Spider-Man Miles Morales one. Like it's almost there. It's almost there. I still think that, and it pains me to say that Jeff Johns had one of the best stories in this book, but like I feel like the Dan Slott and Jeff Johns joints were probably the better ones. Like, I think I would put this one like almost right behind it. Like, I mean, it's like it's up there. It's up there.
I'd put the Bendis joint. I put the Bendis story over the Jeff Johns, over the Mysterio story. My bad.
I put
that over the Mysterio story for sure.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah,
but we gotta let's you want. Are we ending on a good note with this Jeff Loeb story?
Oh my god!
What you think?
Man, look. Oh, okay. So basically,
we're closing it out.
Yeah,
Spider-Man, Superman from Jeff Loeb and Jim Chung. Ernie, what you think?
Yeah. I feel like we're just rehashing leftovers when you get to this one, because I feel like okay, so what's happening here is, well, let me take that back. Maybe I was a little too harsh when I said that. You are kind of, but not for the same reasons. So basically, when you get to this one, Spider-Man is sitting, on top of the bridge, presumably, this is after the whole Gwen Stacy thing. Gwen Stacy, getting sent to the Shadow Realm, and Superman giving a pep talk. The Superman giving the pep talk, saying, "Hey, you were right where you needed to be." Basically, kind of it. Like, honestly, I feel like this is basically Superman giving Peter the same talk that was given earlier in the issue, but like for a different reason, and a similar pep talk that we see Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales get from Superman, and Jane Foster get from Wonder Woman. That's why I was kind of saying, like, therapy disguised as entertainment. And yeah, I mean, this was it was what it was. I don't think that this was, I don't know. I don't think it was like you know what I appreciate? I appreciate that it was short. I appreciate that it was short. That is how I feel about that. That is how I feel about that shit. Yeah, I don't know. That you take that how you want to. That is what I can say. It was mercifully short. I didn't need the rehash.
I feel like so the title made me want to read it, and then let's just do it. The story is called One of Those Days, and I think we can all agree we've all had one of those days. And it seemed like, I could be wrong on this, but it basically seemed like this was Superman giving Spider-Man a pep talk right after Gwen Stacy caught it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. That was the basis of this whole story. I'm feeling some type of way. I don't know if I can keep going. I tried to save Gwen. My spider webs even reached out to try to grab her, and Emma Stone's head still smacked pavement, and I don't know what I'm going to do, Henry Cavill. What am I going to do? And Henry Cavill said he just gave him advice on things. You just got to find new franchises. Maybe, I tried to find The Witcher, and now I found Warhammer 40K, and now
build
things
you a
are looking
PC.
up for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the basis of this whole thing.
Build you a PC. That'll fix your problems.
That was just Peter not knowing what to do after Gwen died, and Superman just giving him some advice to make him keep on trucking. Was basically this story. That girl said Voltron. Oh Jesus. Okay.
I mean,
but that was it.
I mean, that is true. That is the thing.
That was it.
I love it. But no. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. I think overall, I think Marvel turned in the better. I think Marvel turned in the overall better product. In terms of like the totality of the Superman, Spider-Man, Superman thing. I even think they might have turned in some of the better like backup stories as well, just in terms of output versus one versus the other. Because as I look back on like the DC, Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man, like, well, I did like quite a few of the backup stories, and I even like the main story too. Honestly, I'll even go as far as say I think both of these were better than the previous outing with Batman, Deadpool, Deadpool, Batman.
That's what I was going to ask you. That was what I was going to ask you. Is who do you think? It's not a war, but I think you know what I mean when I ask the question. Who won? Who won out of Batman, Deadpool, Superman, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man, Superman, Deadpool, Batman?
Yeah.
Which imprint really won out of both their respective books? What did you take DC over it, everything, or do you think that Marvel did it, or you think it was a tie? What do you think?
You see, because last time when it was Batman, Deadpool, Deadpool, Batman, I felt like Batman, Deadpool won the war when it came to like the mains, the A plot, and then all of like the A story, and then all like the backup stories. I felt like DC had it more on lock in that category, but like at the same time, I felt like Batman Deadpool had the better main story and had the most backup stories that were good. I still felt like Marvel, while I think their A plot wasn't quite as tight, I felt like they had the backup stories I liked the most, but DC had the more consistent output. This time around, it's one of those where I think DC had a really good like main story and had some decent backup stories, some good backup stories, I'd even dare say. But I felt like the mileage varied a lot more for me with the backup stories. This time around, I think Marvel actually had, across the board, had the better main story. Even though, once again, they lost me with that goddamn Ghost Spider Supergirl shit. I feel like consistently they just had the better overall output, just in terms of more consistently better backup stories, but also backup stories I really liked. And man, I would even go as far as say, I think that, man, this is one of those where I would say Marvel and DC, as I feel they often always are. I felt like they're pretty much dead even. Like I feel like they're I feel like both are 1-1 right now. Or in terms of these two crossovers that have happened thus far. I feel like each of them can walk away, much like the characters tend to do, where we have these characters either matching wits or actually fighting it out, or just hanging out or whatever. Every character gets to get their licks in and then go home, and they can all say, you know what, I did my best. I thought it was good. This was a really good one, man. A really good one. It made me more of a believer in the chicanery that is publisher crossover books. Let's see here. You know what? I probably should read that. I'll leave that. I'll leave that for another day, because actually, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been very slow to get to the third issue of Storm. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. Let's see here. What do we got here? I'm looking to see. I'm scrolling back. I want to see what else. What else is in here? Okay, let's do this. Let's hit some super. I think we got some super chat here that I want to tackle. We're gonna do that right quick, and then we can. That is not what I clicked on, but go the fuck off. So we have got one here. This is Gokhan Shuri's baby's father right here. Gokhan Freeman, rather. With the 5 says, what Marvel character Red Arrow can chill, fight crime, and smoke crack with?
That's a fucking question.
Honestly, Deadpool,
what y'all
probably.
Thought process when y'all ask some of these goddamn questions sometimes? Like truly. I mean, what?
Who else if not Deadpool?
Okay.
What's this right here? I saw something here about I don't know what art we're talking about. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna assume that it was the Ghost Spider segment and leave it at that. Let's see
Why do
here.
you think Willem Dafoe would just be smoking crack? Why y'all doing Willem Dafoe like that, bruh? That's fucking that is foul.
That's diabolical.
Jesus.
Oh man, that's crazy. No. Yeah, it's always gonna be
Okay.
Deadpool. Always.
Yeah.
It's always gonna
Okay.
be. It's always gonna be Deadpool. Anytime crack is involved, it's gonna be Deadpool every time.
Okay.
Okay. So now with that,
Okay.
do we have any questions in the Discord? That we want to...
Do we? That is, we do actually.
What we got? What we got?
Okay. That one we already did. You answered that one last week. Okay. First question from Flominum. He said, "What's goody, Blerd and Carter? What are y'all thoughts on the OG Shade the Changing Man series from Vertigo? I've been reading it, and so far, not gonna lie, it's fire." Now, I can be real quick with this. Never read it. I read The Changing Girl. I read a little bit of that Young Animal did, but I have not had the pleasure of reading the OG Vertigo series.
Yeah, I Shay the Changing Girl I liked. I'm not the biggest on Shay the Changing Man, so I can't speak to that, but I tell you what, maybe I'll go back and give it another pass because that's one of those books that I feel like everybody has blind spots. Yeah, I'm no different. And that is one of them. So maybe this will be the inspiration I need to go back and maybe give it another look. We got another one here from Blissful Hero. Says, what did y'all think of the new Cyborg story with them separating Victor Stone and Cyborg to make them separate people? I saw that, and honestly, so I'm gonna tell you how I learned about it. I learned about it because I saw Jay Penumber talking about it. And then when he was talking about it, I kind of went and looked into it. I was like, okay, all right, this is what's going on. I have concerns. So we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling that shit ain't gonna stick. I'm gonna take one of your phrases. I'm gonna take one of your phrases you like to say a lot. Reheating leftovers, because didn't we just read this with Jon Stewart? Yeah, that's I'm kind of, you know what? Yeah, that's actually a perfect encapsulation.
No,
of it.
that was in Titans, Arcane. That happened in Titans. Next question we have here is from Ajax. He said, "What up, Blerd and Carter? Hope you're having a great day. My question is, have you heard of and or read the comic series Crossed?" Yes, I have had the pleasure of reading that abortion of a fucking book, and I would not recommend it to anybody. I don't think you could. I don't even think you could go the TV. You can't go the media route of this was a horrible book. Let's turn it into a TV show or movie and make that book great. It was done with Wanted. It was done with Kick-Ass. It was done with The Boys. It's been done with several different comic books where the films or the TV shows were better than the source material themselves. I don't think that shit's actually possible with Crossed. And I think the less I have to talk about Crossed, the better I will be. If you are someone who just supremely loves that book and you think it's awesome, something might be wrong with you.
Yeah,
what about you, Ernie? What do you think about Crossed?
No, sir, I don't like it.
All right.
There you go.
Next question here from Qdoma. He said, "Afternoon, Blerd and Carter. Hope you're doing well. I started buying stuff from Third Eye Comics and saw the new Mask comic from Image has been announced and pre-orders have been revealed. Not sure how good it is or anything. It is based on a show I grew up with as a kid. The covers look nice, but some of those covers, like the Mask #1, he's talking about the John Boy Myers variant, are hundreds of dollars or even $200. Those prices hurt to look at. My question to you both is, where do you draw the line with stuff like this? I'm not even going to go into the fact that Absolute Batman has over 100 covers. That's just crazy. I can do this real quick because I brought up the comic we were just talking about with Spider-Man, Superman. They had a Sanford Green variant I wanted. That variant was $50, and I said no. I can't spend that much money on something that I am not going to read multiple times. That's why it irks me when I see a lot of people that will spend money on these big ass omnis, and it's just like, you're not gonna go read that several times, dude. It's too big, it's too bulky. There's no real way for you to read that in a more comfortable spot. So why even you just spending your money just to have it. I'm not one of them ones who will just spend their money on something just to have it if I'm not going to read it like that. So that's where I would draw the line. It's like when I saw the Sanford Green junk was 50, even though I am a fan of Sanford Green, I'm not going back to Spider-Man, Superman like that. So
no, I'm good.
Where do you feel? Where you fit on that?
When I see those books, like, I saw the 1 in 100 ratio. That right there, you've automatically lost me. Because that means, like, that for every 100 that are ordered, you get that one. You get one. And that right there, like, that's diabolical. And I want to remind people, how much of this shit cost? This is $7.99. So I want y'all to really think about how much money we're talking about here in terms of how many, and now to be fair, we're talking about a cost. Because what the shop spends isn't exactly what the book cost, if that makes any sense. But like $7.99 100 times, that's almost $800. I'm good. Like that, like I'm super good on that. That's like it just I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. And that's all I can say. I appreciate Sam for doing that for the shop, and I'm pretty sure the shop will probably make some bank back on that. But like, it ain't gonna be on me. It ain't gonna be on me this time.
Real quick to Beatmaster, he's going back to like the cross question. He's asking me, where does Preacher fall on this spectrum for you? I think Preacher was a solid show that should have had more seasons. I couldn't really get through all of the comic because I wasn't a big fan of Steve Dillon's art. But last question from Trap God Thanos saying, "Good evening, Mr. Carruthers."
Oh God.
And Mr. Presents, even though it just not occurred to me, y'all don't realize Carter is my last name, not my first name. I was wondering if you guys were excited about the new Miles created team. I don't know about that. And more specifically, for me, does Hill writing it entice you to pick up the book? No.
If anything, it might be a deterrent.
It ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be a deterrent. It's not gonna be a deterrent.
No, it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale.
I'm gonna give it a Little Caesars. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a Little Caesars 100. I'm gonna give it a 5 and see what happens. I don't know why he went the route he did with Ultimate Black Panther, where it was a lot more of conversations with like a little fight here and there. I think even he knows that's not possible to do with a Miles book, it's just a Spider-Man book, period. So that book could very easily be him going back to the original Blade, which I'm kind of hoping we get. But yeah, man, Just going off. I gotta go off the last thing I read, which was all of his Ultimate Black Panther, and
Gavin said, y'all could just get cover A's for Flash. It's cool with me. I'm about to say, wait, Gavin, you are the A. You are the A cover. You're the cover A artist. It's like, see. But no,
going to his head, boy. I told you.
He getting that Central City bag. That's all right. That's all right. I ain't gonna hold y'all though, man.
Brian Terry.
Why did total coincidence?
Yeah, motherfucker. Okay. Why did Ultimate Black Panther end so badly? All right, here's the thing with that, Brian Cherry. You have some people out there who said that is the only book so far that has ended spectacularly. That Ultimate Black Panther is the best book out of all the new Ultimate Universe stuff, from Ultimate Spider-Man, from the Ultimates, X-Men, Wolverine. Ultimate Black Panther is the one to beat to a lot of people. So I don't know, big dog. And don't please, Spicy Lady, don't pat him on the back for that plug. That was nasty. That Central City money is going to his goddamn head. I'm telling y'all.
No, don't
don't do that. It's going to his head.
Please believe this man. Gavin's about to be like we're gonna.
You don't know because you're not on Twitter. He's sitting there posting screenshots of him flaming the hell out of people on League of Comic Geeks that have the audacity to try to say that the art is bad in the Flash. He's just sitting there posting screenshots of him shitting on people over there. The money is gone to his head.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you though. Like, if you think the art in Flash is bad right now, I want to know what you think is good, because I think I know. Okay, I'm gonna do a thing real quick. I promise this is going somewhere. But one of my new favorite people to watch play, like, I don't normally like watching people play video games. Let me be very clear about this. But one of the few people who I will actually watch play video games is this guy by the name of Puffalope. And he plays DBD. And every time he goes against someone who's playing as the Tokyo Ghoul in the game, because for those who don't know, the main character from the anime Tokyo Ghoul is a killer in the game. He always makes this proclamation. He says, here it is, another P100 ghoul. Bet you I can tell you exactly what their entire build is down to the letter. And 99.99999% of the time when he gets to that in-game screen and sees who it is, he's like, yep, P100, Pain Res, Dead Man Switch, barbecue and chill, and he just starts he even names off their add-ons, and he almost always gets it right. I think I only ever seen him get it wrong like once. Now, that's how I feel about people when they say someone's art is bad, when it's someone who very clearly is good. I'm gonna tell you what I think, what their idea of good art is. And it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be surprising. I don't think what I'm gonna say is gonna be surprising to anybody either. So you ask yourself, okay, fine. What kind of art does an artist have to produce to be considered good? To be considered good art. And this one is not going to surprise anybody. Carter, can you guess what the art must be for them to think that it is good art?
You mean like a person or the way they have to do the art?
I mean, either.
I would say, what's somebody people would glaze real quick? Maybe Alex Ross. I don't know why Alex Ross is the one that's popping in my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like interiors, just from an interiors standpoint, because Alex Ross, let's be real, Alex ain't touching the interior of no book, ever again.
I think everybody has to be on like the Jason Fabak.
Okay.
You know, kind of Dan. I was gonna say Dan Mora. Yeah, that'd be one too.
Though this motherfucker did not say Rob Liefeld. Lord have mercy.
Don't worry, he getting timed out. I got it.
I'm actually waiting. No one has said the artist. No one has said the artist yet. I just want to make it clear. Nobody has said the artist. And it's sad because it's the artist everyone should be thinking about.
Who?
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Every time.
I don't want to hear that.
Like, no, because every time I see someone talking shit
Fuck
about
out.
an artist's
Jim
work.
Lee not as solid as he's was.
Yeah,
Everybody clown such to art. What the fuck are we talking about?
Look, and here's the thing. If it ain't Jim Lee, Pepe Larraz even gets smoke from some people sometimes. Like I've seen people say Pepe ain't good. I've seen people say that Dan ain't good. Because here's the thing. This is what they want. They are like, these are people who are still stun locked in the era of comics that okay, Carter, you remember how when we were kids, like sometimes when you would get a new system, yeah, you'd be like, you would graduate from PlayStation to PlayStation 2, you'd be like, bruh, dude, these graphics look real.
We didn't know better back then. Fuck you. You thought they looked real too. Everybody watching this shit thought that shit looked real. Fuck you. We just didn't know any better back in the day.
Right.
These people here, they know better and they still say that stupid shit.
Yeah.
I've seen people say that Ed McGuinness blows Pepe Larraz out the water. And I'm just like on what plane of existence?
I'm like, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be like that actually gets a long 5-syllable out of me. Nah, get back, boy. I still
think, even with you saying all this, even though Gavin might have a point, that money's still going to that motherfucker's head. I think I saw a Twitter post from him. The tag of it said the royal family, and it was him in the middle next to Greg Capullo and oh my God, what the fuck is his name? It was him, Greg Capullo, and I think it may have been Dan Moore. It was just said the royal family. I said, yeah, this money went to this boy's goddamn brain. This Flash money.
I ain't mad at him though. You know what? Honestly, I say more power to him because guess what?
That money to fuck that boy up. I'm telling you.
I wish I could say I was in the bag like that.
Ernie, the motherfucker had a picture of him, and this shit said, "Look at these peasants." Bro, it was Mark Silvestri down there. He was looking at. I said, "God damn!"
I'm like, damn,
really letting this Flash bread get to his brain, dog. That man say this about Mark Silvestri. What the kind of shit is that?
That's crazy. That's diabolical. But no, when they tell you that someone's art looks like trash, or they say somebody's art, like, because I remember, I think I talked to you about this when Transformers first came out, when Daniel Warren Johnson was doing both writing and art on it, I would get comments of people saying this art looks like ass. This art looks like trash.
When people said that Dan Moore's art was shit, I just knew I was.
Oh, you knew they're not serious.
Ain't no help for
These people are not serious. But no, he said. Oh shit! The man said, "Don't make me regret putting y'all in the background of this issue." God damn it! God damn it! Why? see, Carter.
Oh wow! Wow.
And you know what?
The niggas
say, "Count your days, DCU Carter." I got y'all chilling at Terrific Tech, and this is what y'all do to me. Wait a minute. See now you about to have me go through this motherfucker fine-tooth comb this shit.
I mean, we already been on Flash Watch anyway.
Right. Well, no.
Count your days, DCU Carter is wild.
That man said,
That's
look,
wild.
That man said, you ain't.
That little boy didn't do nothing to nobody. The hell?
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of here for it though, because hey, Eli said you better get them A covers, Carter. You better get them A covers. You better go get them. Look, I'm just saying. Hey, first off, I just want to say the words of Carter Presents. are his and his
Oh,
alone.
look at this bitch ass nigga. Oh my god. Oh my
I ain't
god.
say shit. I
This
ain't
nigga
say
here wants
shit.
a panel to himself so he can't die nowhere. See, this
Man,
just gives me more courage to actually email Moreira to hope you get slaughtered in that next goddamn Aquagun book. That's all this does.
I'm about to say shit. I probably, honestly, sometimes I question if I haven't already caught it in the Storm book. But no, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But no, but that is what it is. A lot of the times when you see people talking about bad art, it doesn't matter how good the art is. If it's not like this shit right here, where it's like
every issue,
it's got to be every issue. And it's like, oh, you got to have all the lines. You have to have lines everywhere. Lines. Like, if it's not like this, and here's the thing, this is an optical illusion. This is all an optical illusion. A lot of this shit ain't got to be there. Like, I love Jim Lee as much as the next guy, but I mean, I will say his art is busy as fuck. His art is busy as fuck. And I love the man down, but like, his art is super fucking busy. And you're lying to yourself if you don't see it as such. But that said, does that mean Jim Lee is bad? No, Jim Lee is great. But the thing is, just the same way that Jim Lee's art, people love it for like very specific reasons, I think that people love Dan Mora's art because it's not that fucking detailed. Like, it is and it isn't. It's like Dan Mora kind of strikes a nice line of being kind of vaguely realistic, but also at the same time having some whimsy to it a little bit. And I feel like, people should, maybe take stock of that. I don't know, but that is a horse. That is a horse of a very different color. So I just want y'all to know, it has been clocked. But yeah, whenever I see people talking shit about anyone's art, I promise you, ask them what they think good art is, and I promise you Jim Lee's name is going to be one of the first things. If it's not, if it ain't the first, it's going to be the second name that comes up out their mouth. I fucking promise you. Please believe me when I tell you.
If y'all need, you know what, I'm not even going to waste any time on them. Do you have anything dropping after we're done today?
No.
Okay.
No. I thought about it. I do have a couple of videos I'm working on. It was, oh shit. I did do one for,
hey, that's a violation. I'd rather that motherfucker kill me off this week to draw me like with the Greg Landish. No. Have me, oh god, yeah, I'd rather Devin kill me on the next panel. Let me be one of them dummies who gets run over because they want the Flash to save him. If you're gonna draw me like Greg Land, just let me die.
Oh man, yeah,
man, let me go. Let me go.
Elizabeth said, "Please let me be. Let me go to that good sweet night." Trace.
I'm ready to go now. Can we end the show?
Please? Can we end the show,
yeah. Y'all making it worse for me. Y'all are some assholes.
We're gonna. I tell you what, we are gonna do some. Before we do that, I do want to answer. I can rapid fire some of these.
What's that, questions?
I can rapid fire some of these. This is from Bill. Says, question for later: would pre-ordering on Midtown Comics only help Midtown Comics and not the comic itself? No. Gavin actually answered this earlier, but I'm also just going to echo Gavin's answer. No. This does actually help. Pre-orders are pre-orders are pre-orders. Now, I will say, digital pre-orders are in a nebulous area because I have discovered, talking to some people on the inside, that neither Marvel nor DC really value the pre-order of digital comics. Really? At least not on the same level as physical pre-orders. I mean, they value them, but like they value them. It's like physical pre-order here, digital pre-order here. Just that is. Gotcha. I've had a couple of people from the inside on both ends of the spectrum tell me that shit. So, so I'm going to take it as the gospel unless someone higher up than them tells me otherwise. Now, As for pre-ordering from Midtown Comics, yes. And this is why I always say, if you are someone who does not have an LCS in your area, or your LCS is on that bullshit, then yeah, pre-order from Midtown, because Midtown is a comic shop. They're a comic shop, so they have to order the same way everybody else does. They got to order by FOC, and that is a very real thing. That is something that is paid attention to. So please, because I have done it before. I did it with the second printing of the Dakota incident. I pre-ordered from Midtown just on the off chance I wasn't able to get it from my LCS. So yes, I do recommend pre-ordering from Midtown. It is the same as going into your shop and pre-ordering. The same orders have to be placed. So please, by all means, do it. And I guess this one I can't really say anything about, because once again, I have not read that most recent issue. So skipping that one. Mike Manhattan's question: are there writers and artists you feel work tremendously better on creator-owned comics than they do working with the big two?
Yeah,
most of them. Most of them. Now, it's not to say that their work at the big two is bad. I want to make sure that I clarify on this, because I know somebody's gonna be like, ooh, Blerd said that everybody that work at the big two trash until they go to Image or something. No, not what I said. I'm saying that I tend to like their shit better when it's their shit, not somebody else's shit. Case in point, Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen's money at Marvel.
You could have stopped right there, because that was a gangster way to clean it up. You like it better when it's their own stuff and not someone else's. That was a pretty way to clean that up. That was a pretty way to clean that up.
It's like, well, because who's not going to show
all
out?
of them?
Yeah, all of them. All of them. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all, like all you motherfuckers that think that like Absolute Wonder Woman is just A1 steak sauce, go read Kelly's creator-owned shit.
Yeah.
Because the Cull was awesome. I mean, it's a shorter series, so of course it's tighter narrative, but the Cull is pretty goddamn good. I love the Cull. Now, what's that?
I didn't know she did that book.
I
didn't know that was her. Okay.
Yeah. That's Kelly. Which, by the way, I'll be talking to Kelly very soon. Ram B. That's another one. What was it? Do I have it right here, ready to pull off the shelf? I don't think I do. But there's a book that Ram B did called The Dawn Runner. I think that book is better than anything Ram has ever done at any publisher, Marvel or DC. I'm not saying the Ram's work is bad. I'm just saying. Yeah, just putting that out there. So there you go. Next one we got. This is John Stewart with a question. Says, have y'all seen all the hate Eve has been getting after the Invincible finale? Saw one raggedy motherfucker try to argue that Eve was worse than Anissa because Anissa didn't do what Eve did. Oh,
okay. What did Eve do?
Spoilers for the season 4 finale of Invincible. But if you've read the comic, you know exactly what this is. But they did the whole thing like Mark came back, and then they had the talk. It was revealed that how she was pregnant. Yeah, she had that she had an abortion. And here's the thing.
Okay, I'm done.
And here's the thing. So I also want to point out, and this isn't really so much a spoiler for the book or the show, Anissa didn't even want to have kids. So technically what she did was worse.
Yeah.
There's actually a point in the comic where she specifically says she does not want to have children. She said she knows.
She did it for her people. Yeah, she did it for her people. It's fucked up, but she did it for her people. But even that low, like some of y'all just, y'all say the stupidest shit. Boy.
Oh, no. Did you see the other thing that was making the rounds?
No.
There was another thing. They took a picture, an AI picture of Kevin Samuels, and put it next to that bullshit.
And basically, I didn't read it. I just saw it. But I was reading. Were they getting on Debbie for going back to Omni-Man? Was that the gist of it? And leaving old boy?
Yeah, leaving Paul. But the thing is, it was like, it wasn't like that's the thing I think that they didn't take into consideration. I'm pretty sure that if you get off your phone while you're watching, you'll quickly recognize that was Paul's choice. Like Paul makes it, huh?
What you mean, to end it?
Yeah, like Paul made it pretty clear that like it sounded like it was more his choice than hers.
Oh.
Like recognizing that like they just like as happy as they were, it was probably never going to work out because of yeah. It's like that's why I said like, oh, and then people said that, oh, and then he made her raise his baby. I was like, Nolan didn't make Debbie do anything.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I've checked out from Invincible people or these Invincible viewers and some comic fans, and then I'm done with the show today. But when I see so many people, and I think you'll agree with me, when I see so many people getting giddy every time they see a Nissa, because they just itching to see if what's going to happen is going to happen. Like the fact that y'all are so excited and giddy to see what happens. Y'all got fucking problems.
Fucking
you
sick
all have
freaks.
Seriously fucking fucked up issues. I'm not gonna put it on a group of people or say it's a race thing or anything like that. All you motherfuckers collectively. The fact that y'all are so giddy and cannot wait to see if they gonna do it on the show. Oh my god, they're gonna do it. You motherfuckers are weirdos.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm shaming each and every one of you motherfuckers. Y'all are weirdos. Fucking weirdos.
Bring back shame. Please bring back shame, because it's honestly, you know what? I love the Invincible comic. I love the Invincible show, but I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't like.
What's that?
I do not like a lot of these people that suddenly discovered Invincible and now want to make it everybody else's problem, because they have the worst fucking takes. They have the worst fucking takes about the show. They have even worse takes about the comic, and they have is the animation like the best ever on the show? No. It is not. They clearly save their money. They clearly save their money for the big set pieces. But
I want it to be done. But you saying that just reminded me. It was the part where Thrag is fighting Mark and he gets all the way back here, but you can clearly tell it's the exact same image. They just zoomed that motherfucker out. I rewound that part like 3 times because I was cracking up. Because some of that animation is just like, bro, y'all nasty for that.
Well, I mean, they trust me, they cut corners on animation, and honestly, I'm okay with it because there's a lot of anime brain people that like expect it to look like Jujutsu Kaisen. But here's the thing about Jujutsu Kaisen that I don't think a lot of people want to admit is that for Jujutsu Kaisen, they basically put those people through the fucking ringer. Like some of y'all might remember that Simpsons gag, the animation gag they made where they were basically kind of showing like the overseas animation studios operating basically like a fucking sweatshop. Y'all remember that shit? This shit, that's basically how Mappa runs its studio. Like they basically beat the brakes off those people to get the animation that you do get. So So there
John
you go.
Stewart hit the nail on the head. That's why I laugh at the shortcuts they take on the animated series of Invincible, because there was an issue of Invincible, or they talk about the episode at the Comic-Con where the guy broke down the animation trick. They do that in the comic where he's somebody was talking to Mark and they purposely use the same shot of Mark's face just to prove a point that they're doing the same thing they do in the comic. That's why I always laugh at it when I see it on the show.
Well, and even like the part where like and this is actually one of the one that Gavin's talking about right here, talking about how anime also cuts crazy corners. A lot of people just don't know where to look for it. And I know because I watch enough of it that I see it. But like when people are talking, sometimes they cut away to shit that like is a still image. Or sometimes what they'll do is it'll be a still image that they just pan. But you get the illusion that they're moving because the screen is moving. The image is not moving at all.
They're just moving.
They did it with Thrag. It's the same shot. They just zoom it out. And the thing is, like when people are talking, sometimes instead of showing the person's like full body or from the chest up or even just their face, they'll zoom into like some random part of the person's head or just zoom into the person's mouth because it's cheaper to animate a mouth than it is to animate a whole fucking body. That's the thing. Like, anime cuts all kind of stupid corners. It's just that and I think when the last Jujutsu Kaisen drop that came out in theaters, people kind of caught wind of it. Like, people kind of finally started paying attention to like how they're cutting corners in so many places that sometimes like shit isn't even animated properly. That's how bad they're beating those folks' ass overseas. But yeah, I'm like this, dude. If you want Invincible to look like the fucking comic, then read the fucking comic. Read the fucking comic. The animated series is not supposed to look like the comic. And even if it did, do you know how much money they would have to spend to make it look like that? Like, I think people need to understand, like, it would take so much money. Y'all bitching and whining about only getting 8 episodes a season now. You'd be lucky to get 4. You would be lucky to get 4 if they did it the way that some of these people are talking about want to do it. But yeah, people need to leave that shit out of here. Now, to the last thing, and then we'll get the fuck up out of here. It says, do either of you have interest in retro gaming? This is from Highlight 915. I never really hear you guys speak on it. We do. I think you're like, to hear us talk about retro gaming, it's going to be very specific shit. Like, Carter, you and I are kind of in the same boat here. Stuff like, Streets of Rage. We play lots of stuff kind of similar to it. Yeah. Like Absalom is kind of like, it's not a retro game, but it's made like one.
The game you were talking about, you wanted to play, I think, Replaced.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. Yes.
Now, if you're talking about like system-wise retro gaming, they're still in Memphis. Actually, I still have them. Super Nintendo, my Genesis. Well, it wasn't my Genesis. Somebody owed me some money, and I got my payment.
Had to confiscate. Man, had to confiscate.
Mind your business.
Man, repo somebody's Sega. Diabolical. Repo the Sega is diabolical. You can't tell me otherwise.
He broke my Game Boy Color. He should have got way worse. But my point is, retro gaming, yeah, I absolutely do have an interest in it. I'm one of those who like the 2D art style and shit like that. I still love it. I know that it gets a lot of complaints because people would rather everything look like Unreal Engine 5, but no, I'm still a big proponent of the retro stuff. I still love it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Bet. For me, I like a lot of retro stuff. I mean, I still play like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I play a lot of
he meant console. So yeah.
Console. Yeah. So yeah, I still play a lot of older stuff. I still play granted, a lot of it's gonna be through like like either stuff that gets re-released, like either on like Steam or on like PlayStation Network or some shit. But I do play a lot of shit that through like emulator and stuff like that, like old arcade games. And
there was a thing that Hastings, I can't remember the name of it. There was a thing Hastings used to sell when I was working there. It looked like a Super Nintendo, but it wasn't a Super Nintendo. But it was like you could put the cartridges would work on the thing, and you could put like a SD card in there to have all the original games. I have a matter of fact, hold on, is it in here? Yeah. Real quick, my homeboy, he gave me this as like a Christmas gift. It's called a Miu Mini. You see, it looks like a Game Boy Color. It has Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, GBA. I have several things on this thing. I'm constantly like taking it to work and playing the hell out of it. So yes, I have my ways. Yes. Did you see that new Neo Geo they're coming out with? That's just the OG Neo Geo, and the cartridges will work on it. Yes, that's a thing that is coming out, big dog.
That is insane. It's like I said, it just depends on what it is. But yeah, I play a lot of old stuff. just I don't really, I guess, you know, because I do it so like haphazardly, it just kind of happens. You know, I don't really ever bring it up, but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. That said, y'all, that is the show. I am gonna go draw or something. I'm actually gonna go see now that Gavin has spilled the beans. I thought I saw us in this week. I
thought I saw you. I swear to God, I saw a bald motherfucker with glasses. I'm like, there you.
Yeah, that's honestly, I'm not sure. I don't have evidence to prove it.
Yeah.
I don't have evidence to prove it yet, but I'm almost positive.
Oh no.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we need to.
He said no. He said no. I gotta see this shit. No, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. I gotta see this shit. No, sir.
No.
Oh shit! It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I have to see it, y'all. So yeah, okay. So it won't be. God damn it. So it won't be this issue that's out now, not currently, but it is the next, not the next, but 2 issues from now. 2 issues from now. It's gonna happen. But I'm just gonna say, no, I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna remember Age of Mythology. I'm gonna remember. Don't you worry. But look, I just gotta say, yeah, now that it is official. Now that it's official, them Blerd K boys.
I knew it.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I peeped it as soon as I pulled it up. I was like, that's the shirt. So yeah, them Blerd K boys. We're in Central City, and I just want y'all to know. On that glorious and spectacular note, shout out to Gavin for bringing the Blerd K boys to the DCU, and I just want to put everybody on notice. Central City,
we coming for you, nigga.